Welcome to TCHS Radio. I'm Jeff Green in the booth with the late Garnett Powell and Wes Bledsoe tonight here in Frisco, Texas at the Toyota Stadium, ready to take on Liberty of Frisco, the Colony High School.
Not Liberty,
I,
Lone Star.
I mean Lone Star of Frisco. Sure to be a bang-out game tonight as both teams have some explosive offensive play. Lone Star, one of the best defenses in the area, and it's sure to be a challenge for the Colony offense. Whether not precluding some offensive show tonight, we should have a good game here. First time and only time this season the Colony High School will play on grass here at Toyota Stadium, so that'll be a different feel and look for them tonight, as they don't have the luxury of a carpet underneath them. And in the weather, considering it's been raining all day, this field's got to be pretty wet and should pose a challenge for both teams tonight. Is it raining right now?
It is raining. Look at the lights.
So a little bit of rain falling right now on the field, and as the Colony Cougars get ready to take the field tonight in the tunnel, getting ready to come out as they enter the field now, and the cheerleaders desperately try to get out of the way. We'll get ready for the opening kickoff tonight, and see what happens. Colony Cougars tonight in their new gray pants tonight with their patent away jersey white with gold numbers that we cannot read up here in the press box. So if we get your loved one name wrong or number wrong, it's because we can't read them, because I'm guessing by design our head coach has a jersey that is basically not readable from longer than about 10 yards away. And Lone Star enters the field as they get ready to take on the Colony Cougars. Both teams look pumped up and ready to go. Let's hope that the Cougars come out fired up tonight, as they have all season been able to pull that one off.
And we are playing on, like you said, on grass, but we're also playing in the remnants of a soccer field, because the women's CONCACAF final was here Wednesday night, and since it hasn't stopped raining since that game ended,
they
have not bothered to repaint the football stripes or yard markers
or out-of-bound lines
or goal line.
So this is going to be a really fun game tonight, considering the fact that the referees are blind already.
Right, and they can't figure out where to put the football.
And now they don't have any markings on the field, no hash marks, by the way, and
there's
yard markers that are barely visible from the press box. I'm guessing they're probably not visible from the field.
Probably not.
As you get closer to them, they probably start to disappear. And we're going to take a pause here for them to read the rules and have a Star Spangled Banner to get this thing kicked off. And we're back from the national anthem, and the teams now will get ready to set up for the opening kickoff here in the Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. If you've got some water wings, a really good umbrella, a raincoat, maybe even a wetsuit, hop on over to the Toyota Stadium and get a look at your Colony Cougars up close. See if we can turn the tables on Lone Star. Last year, Lone Star bested us, I think, by 30 points, something like that.
Something like that.
And really had a really good squad. Now they graduated a few kids last year, some seniors, and hopefully that'll play to our favor tonight as the Cougars get ready. Looks like Lone Star will be kicking off to the Colony, and so the Colony will get the first opportunity to draw first blood here tonight as they come out on the field. Probably with the standard setback of Gonzalez, Simmons, and Price, the deep set men for the kickoff return, as they set up. A little confusing because you can't see the sidelines either tonight, so this is going to be a really fun game. I wonder how many missed calls we're going to get, kids tight roping it down the sideline and the ref not being able to see the line. But
yeah, it's going to be a workout for the referees to keep up with play and be able to see anything. Of course, now they're waiting on the clock to be set. There it is for the first quarter.
And the head ref will come off the field, and we'll get ready to get this thing going. And kicker sets up and gets ready. Looks like he's going to kick this thing away, setting up like he's fixing to kick it into Allen. Toyota Stadium running north to south, as a football stadium should. Kick is away, and it's going to be caught by, it went through the hands of Gonzalez as he comes out of the backfield down the middle of the field. He's got a seam off the right side, and here he comes. Tripped up by one of his own play. His blocker got in the way, tripped him up, and number 3 on the Lone Star team falls down in front of him, and he tripped over him. So Colony Cougars will take over 1st and 10, and I can't tell what the down marker is. This is crazy tonight.
We're at the 37. Yeah, 37.
37-yard line. There are no yard markings on the field. I guess with my binoculars I can barely make out.
Well, I have to start at the 50 and work backwards across the line.
37. Well, you can see it if you look really close.
Well, the 50 is the middle of the
is it
soccer
a big
field.
circle in the middle? You got to be kidding me. That's the 50? Really? All right,
No,
so
not the circle.
Colony, that little dot in the middle, that's a circle.
Yeah.
Colony Cougars will take over from their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10, as the Cougars get ready to bring their offense out against an excellent defense.
Okay, so we're having a hand signal debate with the referees.
So now we're gonna trade hand signals. Let's hope it's not a hand signal that gives us a personal foul or an unsportsmanlike conduct. Ruh-roh. And what in the world are we waiting on? And here we go. Colony Cougars come out of a huddle. One of the few times you see them huddle in a game this season. They'll split out, wide out to the left in the Wildcat formation to the left. It'll be pitched off to the running back, Price, who gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage by the Lone Star defense. And hopefully he got some forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure if he made it back to the line of scrimmage or not. Let's see where they spot this thing.
They're giving him 1 yard.
So Price picks up 1 yard off the Wildcat to the left. And the Colony Cougars are going to have to be a little bit more explosive on this Lone Star defense if they're going to make any headway tonight, as Lone Star has what looks to be a very stout front defensive line. Lone Star running a 3-4 defense tonight. Colony lines up 3 wide out right, 1 left. Out of the shotgun. And the ball's dropped as, wow. Mikey Harrington takes the snap, gets ready to throw it out to the flat, and just flat drops the wet football. So Colony Cougars now lose 2 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 13 from what looks to be about the 34-yard line of the Cougars. And the Colony come up to the line of scrimmage. Harrington out of the shotgun. Abdallah to his left in the tailback spot. 3 wide out to the right, 1 to the left. And he'll put, looks like Price, Perkins, and Gonzalez to the high side of the field. And Miller to the short side. These wide out receivers are really going to have to pay attention tonight as the out-of-bound marker is not very well defined. Snaps away. Harrington will hand it off to Abdallah, who tries to get some headway. He gets a bit of a block and makes it back to the original line of scrimmage. And the Colony Cougars will put their punt team out on the field. And looks like they'll go 3 and out in the first series here as Lone Star holds tight out of a couple of bobbles, mistakes by the Colony Cougars. They come out a little flat tonight on offense, and this could be a bad sign for the Colony Cougars as they try and recover from that. So here comes the punt team. They'll put a man in motion across the set on the punt, and snaps away, and the kick is off. It's a very dismal punt as it bounces, gets a Cougar bounce down to about the 35-yard line of the Lone Star team, and they'll come out. Looks like they'll spot it at the 34-yard line. And Lone Star will take over there with their offense. Colony Cougar defense now has some big shoes to fill here to stop this Lone Star offense, as they have proven to be quite effective this season as well. So Lone Star will come out now. They'll split out, twins on either side, out of the shotgun. They'll have tailback set up to the right of the quarterback. And Lone Star set now, snaps away. Quarterback takes 3-step drop, and he'll look for the open man. Nobody open. Now he throws to the flat, and it's dropped by Lone Star under pressure. Quarterback getting a little bit of pressure from number 81 of the Colony Cougar defense, and has to throw it on the run to his right, and not able to make the completion to the receiver out in the flat, who's covered by the defense fairly well. We won't call it an excellent.
Yeah, he's definitely covered up, and with the pressure, the quarterback out of the pocket.
So out of the shotgun, trips on the right. It'll be thrown to the trail receiver, and he'll make the catch and take it down to about the 45-yard line. They'll spot it at the 44, looks like, and that'll be enough for first down. They'll move the chains, and Lone Star on the move now with the first down of the game, and the patent flat man that the Colony Cougar defense has had trouble all year defending. And now Lone Star comes up to the ball out of the shotgun. Twins on either side, 2 wideouts to the far sides of the field. Out of the shotgun, quarterback will take the snap, tailback to his left, man in motion to the left. He'll set up in the slot back spot. Slot back moves out to the flat, and he can't put a handle on the ball either. And fortunately, he was about a half a yard in front of the quarterback, so it wasn't a fumble, but he was very close to that being a backward pass, and at which point the Colony Cougars fall on it. It's their ball, but he was able to get out in front of the quarterback on that one. So the Lone Star team will come up, trips to the left, wide out to the right, quarterback out of the shotgun. He'll take the ball, snap, drops 3 steps back, hits the tailback in the flat, but they're going to take a loss on that play, loss of about 4. The Lone Star team now having a hard time getting this thing uncorked as well, and they'll find themselves at third and where are they going to start?
We had offsides on the Colony, which means that free play, they're going to get 5 yards out of it.
5 yards free play. And
now, one of the things that I noticed on that tackle was one of our tendencies has been to grab him, spin him, and let go. And he actually didn't, drove him all the way to the ground.
So the Lone Star now will have 2nd and 5 from the 49-yard line, and the snap's away. Ball's out to the flat to the left, and he's met with a host of Cougars. Looks like he's going to make it back to the line of scrimmage, but
they're going to give him 1.
Are they going to give him a yard on that? Are you kidding me? Well, it's good to see that we've got a set of blind referees away from home as well.
Oh, they're going to give him more than a yard.
A little yard and a half on the reception.
Interesting.
And Lone Star will come out now with 3rd and 4 from about the 50-yard line, a little more. And they'll set up with twins on the right, wide out to the left, slot back to the left, and tailback to the left. Tailback to the right, I'm sorry. Quarterback out of the shotgun. Snaps away. It's high. He hands it to the tailback, who will try and get back. He stood up at about the Colony Cougar 49. Ball breaks loose, and they're going to blow it dead, as it was clearly down on the ground when the ball was shook loose. So the Colony Cougars make a big defensive stand there, and it'll be 4th down. As
Frisco wants a new ball.
They'll spot it right at
in their own ball,
right at the 50-yard line. I can't believe they didn't give them a
no gain. That's actually the same spot.
Same spot. So it's 4th and 4. Colony Cougars have a big defensive play here to come up with, and now they're going to punt it. So the punt team out on the field, and the Colony Cougars set up.
Over his
snap
head.
is over his head, and it's bouncing around back there, and the punter will have to cover it up as the Colony Cougars now get a gift from the Lone Star offense, and they'll start up 1st and 10 from the Lone Star 22-yard line as the Cougars get a gift from the snapper of Lone Star, who snaps it about 5 yards over the punter's head, and it rolls deep into Lone Star territory. So your Colony Cougars get one. Let's see if they can convert here, as they're really close to pulling it into the gold zone. And the Cougars this season haven't stuttered so much in the gold zone, but historically have a hard time inside the 20. So luckily they're at the 22. 1st and 10. Cougars line up, twins on either side. Harrington out of the shotgun. Abdallah at the tailback spot. They'll put Price in motion. Price gets the jet sweep pitch. He comes out, catches an edge on the left side, takes it down to about the 5-yard line, is knocked out of bounds. And let's see where they spot this thing. They're going to spot it at the 6. So Price, on a great run, will move the chains. It'll be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line as the Colony Cougars catch a jet sweep with Miles Price coming across right to left and catches the left edge of the set and catches a seam and picks up about 15 yards on the carry. So Price, heady run by Price out around the edge. And
so interesting. Now, when the middle, the umpire marked the ball, he actually put it at the 7. Oh, but the line judge caught it and moved it back up to the 6. Okay.
So the Cougars will now line up. They'll put twins out to the right, White out to the left. Miller will be at the bottom of your screen. For those of you not being able to watch TV here in a couple of days, Keith Miller will set up on the left side of the set. And Harrington now, they'll put Miles in motion again. Abdallah takes the ball right up the middle of the field, and Abdallah will power this thing in for 6, and the Colony Cougars draw first blood here in Frisco, Texas against Lone Star. And they lead 6-0. And a heck of a run by Abdallah right up the middle of the field, although he had some great blocking in a hole big enough for a fat guy like me to get it up the middle. So Abdallah not really challenged too much until he was 3 yards deep in the end zone.
First contact was at the goal line, and he just kind of shoulder bumped that guy.
Yeah, and that was just,
like, hey, what's the point?
Yeah, what's the issue now? So the Cougars will come in on the PAT. I'm not sure what in the world they're doing now. They've spread out like it was a swinging gate. Now they all run to the middle of the field. And the Colony Cougars are going to get a false start on that. That was a great move, Coach. So the Cougars now will get a false start on the PAT. They'll move them back 5 yards, and they're saying that the gate was set, and so by shifting both sides of the offensive line,
it was an illegal. Yeah,
we'll end up with a false start on that. Awesome, good idea, Coach. And so the Colony Cougars now will try a PAT. This will be a 25-yard attempt, 25-yard attempt. Shouldn't be a problem, but you never know with a wet ball and a wet field. Ball kick is up, and it is good. So your Colony Cougars lead Lone Star here in the first stanza of this ball game, 7-0, as the Cougars finish off a gift from the Lone Star punter, starting the drive at the 22-yard line, and a run off Miles Price for 17 yards, and Abdallah finishing up, Jaden Abdallah finishing up with a 5-yard scamper into the end zone up the middle of the field. Colony Cougar offensive line gave some great blocking and set the seam on the left for Miles, and then opened up a bus-size hole for Abdallah and down the middle of the field. Let's see if the Colony Cougar defense can come up and play big again, hold this Lone Star offense. And my guess is we're about to see the track meet unfold here in Toyota Stadium as the Cougars now come out for the kickoff, and the Lone Star team sets up for the return. And your Colony Cougars typically pooch kick on the kickoff, so we'll see what happens tonight. Ball's going to be a little bit heavier, being wet, and we'll see what happens here.
Well, we definitely saw from Lone Star's kickoff that it caused some handling issues.
Yeah.
So perhaps it could go both ways.
The Colony place kicker is Fong Bien, and he'll be kicking again tonight off the tee. As Cougars now spread out across the field on the kickoff, and Bien will set up like a pooch as he normally does. And the kick is up, and he kicks an onside-er, and Lone Star covers it up about 8 yards deep on the kick, so no opportunity for the Cougars to recover that. And they gave great field position to Lone Star. I'm not sure that was the best move this early in the game, but
It did at least go 10 yards, so there wasn't that confusion like we had last week.
Yep. So covered up by Lone Star, they'll take over on their own 47-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll line up trips to the right, two wideouts to the left. Quarterback, lone man in the backfield, out of the shotgun. He'll set up and snaps away. Looks like we might have a loose ball. And Lone Star covers it up barely. And
lose a yard.
They'll lose 2 yards, looks like. They spot it at the. Oh man, these refs are something else. They spot it back at the. They gained a yard.
No, they put it back at the line of scrimmage, and that was the problem that the umpire, which is the one in the middle, had the issue before. Is he's not putting it where the line judge on the side is putting his foot down.
Well, he put it a yard ahead of where it was originally. So Lone Star will step back out of the shotgun, throws a strike to the left side of the field, receiver wide open. They'll pick up a gain of 9 on the reception, and Lone Star now will have 3rd and 1 from the Colony Cougar.
Well, with the soft coverage, I mean, he had 15 yards to throw the ball.
Down to the Colony Cougar 44-yard line, 3rd down. Lone Star comes up to the line of scrimmage. They'll bring trips to the right, and they'll put a tailback back with the quarterback out of the shotgun, tailback to the right of the set. They'll hand it to the tailback. He'll try to power through, and he's tripped up at the line, actually a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Will fall forward, and they'll probably mark it. They'll probably give him 3 yards on the carry. But the reality is he was brought down at the original line of scrimmage.
It just depends on where the umpire marks the ball, because he's having a heck of a time.
Well, it's hard because there's no hash marks. So 4th and 1. Colony Cougars have a big stand here to hold the Lone Star offense, and they're going to go to T-set in the backfield, hand it to the left tailback, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage, and I don't believe that they're going to make the first down. The Colony Cougars have a big defensive stand against this Lone Star offense and hold them. It'll be turned over on downs, and the Colony Cougars come out 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. And a heck of a defensive stand by the Colony Cougars against what is potentially a very potent Lone Star offense. So they'll come out, they spot it at the 44, 40, I don't know, it's hard to tell without hash marks. 44-yard line, let's call it, of the Colony Cougars. So Cougars 1st and 10. And they will come out and see if they can move this football down the field against this Lone Star defense, which has proven so far this season to be a very good defense. So the Colony Cougars come out. They'll put 2 wide out to the right of the set, and Miles will go in a jet sweep. Miles fake jet sweep, and it'll be a keeper by Gonzalez was the quarterback on that play.
He lost at least 1.
And he lost probably 1, maybe 2 on the carry. Yeah, it looks like he lost 2. So it's going to be 2nd and 12 from the 43-yard line. And maybe he lost 1, a big one. And Colony Cougars come out now with Harrington at the quarterback spot, and they'll put Abdallah at the tailback spot, and they'll put Perkins and Miles Price to the right of the set, Miller to the left. On the short side of the field, it'll be handed off to Abdallah around the left side. Colony Cougars are going to get a hold. They should have got rung up for a horse collar as Abdallah is abused on the sideline by the whole Lone Star defense after he goes down.
Well, we've seen repetitively that they don't bother to call the horse collars.
And we're gonna get a hold out there on the edge, I'm afraid, against the Colony Cougars. Sure enough, it's going to be a hold against the Cougars. They're going to get another try at second down and get a little bit more yardage tacked on to second and what was a
Well, should be second and 19 because they're going to mark the penalty from the spot of the foul, which is one.
that should be 2 yards.
Well, no, no. So that one is weird because they typically mark the holding from the spot of
Yeah,
the
it
foul.
should be a spot foul.
So they were. He's marked it. Looked like 1 yard in. So when we mark back, yeah. So it should be.
I don't know. He meandered down there. I think he took like
Yeah,
14-yard mark
yeah,
off there.
that was a 12-yard mark.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So
That umpire is just going to kill.
oh, he's going to.
Hopefully, it affects both teams. That's the only save.
Harrington will roll to his right. He's throwing out to the side and to Price, and Price will give it up on the contact. And your Colony Cougars now will have third and about 22 as they got literally hosed on the mark off of that holding penalty. And you know, you can't see the hash mark, so it's
right.
And apparently the guy can't count steps, so I don't know. Now they come out 3 wide out to the right, 1 to the left. Harrington out of the shotgun. Abdallah still at the tailback spot. They'll move Abdallah now out to the wide out slot spot. Harrington, lone man in the backfield, out of the shotgun. Snaps away. Harrington will step back, dropping under pressure. He'll get it out to Miles Price, who comes back for the catch, and Miles will get covered up by the defense. I don't even think he got it back to the line of scrimmage, so he'll lose about another 2 or 3 on the play. And the Colony Cougars will have to bring their punt team out on the field as the offense was not able to move the football on this drive, which is surprising since they moved it at ease when they got down in the Lone Star side of the field. So your Cougars now punting the ball from about their own, man, what is that? 40-yard line, 45-yard line? 35-yard line.
30, yeah, something yard line.
30-something around the 35. It'll be kicked up to the 50. It'll get a
nice.
Cougar bounce, and it'll come down to about the Lone Star 35. They're going to spot it at probably the 36.
They do.
So Lone Star will take over first and 10 from their own 36-yard line. The Colony Cougar defense has their work cut out for them once again, trying to hold the a potent Lone Star offense. Both offenses having a bit of trouble here on this wet turf. Wet football makes things difficult for both sides of the ball, so let's see if Lone Star can handle this. They'll come out 3 wide out to the right. A tailback to the right of the quarterback, and quarterback out of the shotgun. And Lone Star will take the snap count. Snaps away. They'll hand it up. Fake to the tailback. Be thrown out to the flat, and he's covered up immediately on the spot of the catch. Picks up about 3 or 4 on the reception, and they'll move the marker. Looks like a 4-yard reception. It'll be second and 6. And Lone Star will come up to the ball. They'll put trips out to the left. No wide out to the right. Tailback to the left of the quarterback. Out of the shotgun. Snaps away. It'll be fake to the
oh
man.
There's that shoulder tackle.
There's that shoulder tackle that sucks. And so the Lone Star will bounce off the defender on first contact after catching the football, spin out to his left to the wide side of the field, and they'll move the chains as they get a first down.
He gave him a yard on the spot.
They'll spot the ball should be spotted at the Lone Star 48, spotted about the 49. First and 10, and the Cougars defense still have their work cut out. It's thrown long, and just off the fingertips of the receiver, who would have been 6 had he caught that. Had coverage on the play. He wasn't wide open, but it was just a great throw by the Lone Star quarterback, and the receiver just couldn't put a handle on it. So, unfortunately, hit him in the hands. That's the worst place to hit a high school receiver, is in their hands. Just cannot hang on to it. So the Lone Star team will line back up. 3 trips out to the right, wide out to the left, short side of the field to be working from what would be the left hash mark.
Now the ball's at the 47. Or the 48, I mean.
And they respot the ball, and the Lone Star lost a yard on that play. So they'll come out of the shotgun, tailback to the right. Quarterback looks to his right, hits the man in the middle of the field. I wouldn't say wide open, but he was open. Came back to the football, a little turn in. route, and he'll pick up three. Let's call it 3.5 on the reception. It'll be third and let's call it 6 from the Colony Cougar 47. Looks like it's that's a guess on my part, but it looks about that way. They'll line up with twins on either side. Quarterback out of the shotgun, tailback to his left. Snaps away, a little high, but he handles it. It's out to the flat, and flat man will be driven out of bounds, and he'll be a couple of yards short of the first down. Let's see where they spot this to the middle of the field. It's always a little bit of a translation feat on this field tonight with no markings. And they'll spot this thing. It'll be 4th and 1, they're saying, or 4th and about 2 feet. And the Lone Star, both teams trying to figure out what the heck's going on. They're trying to figure out how to spot this ball to the middle of the field, I think.
Correctly, you mean?
Yeah, put it in the right spot.
Oh, they're going to actually measure.
So they're going to use the chains to spot the ball on the field correctly since it's so close to the down marker. And the Colony Cougars will have their work cut out for them to get this stopped, shut down here as the Lone Star offense. Now,
wow, they're calling that a first down.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
They actually measured and then decided it's a first down.
So they're going to give Lone Star a first down, and wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the Colony Cougars now defense needs to come out and play big here as Lone Star now in their end of the field at about the 35-yard line, 36-yard line, hard to tell. Lone Star now takes a snap, drops straight back. Quarterback lets one fly down the middle of the field. He's open. Almost picked off by the Colony Cougar secondary as Lone Star doesn't even make a play for the ball, but the secondary of the Colony Cougars almost came up big on that one. And the Cougars defense now playing very well tonight, uncharacteristically. Putting some pressure on the quarterback, and
at the last second, the defender actually realized he had a shot at the ball, but then he was too close to the receiver to actually make a catch.
So they'll come out, trips to the left. It'll be a keeper by the quarterback as he shifts around in the middle of the field and picks up another first down, it looks to me like. If not, he's darn close. Nope, they'll move the chains. It'll be a first down, Lone Star, as they move the football on a quarterback keeper. And right up the middle of the field as he scampers around, finds the creases and works his way through the Colony defense. So Colony now will come out, defense still needing to come up and make a big stop here as the Lone Star offense is down around the Colony Cougar 30-yard line, let's call it. And they'll come out with twins on either side, quarterback in the shotgun. It'll be fake to the tailback, and he throws one out to the flat, and almost caught by the receiver. Both receiver and defender out horizontal trying to catch this football. Heck of an effort by both players, and nobody comes up with the pigskin. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the original spot of the ball here on this first down. So Lone Star now comes out with trips to the left. They'll put the tailback to the right of the quarterback. It'll be another quarterback keeper, and he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage, but he manages to pick up another, man, it's hard to tell, 4 or 5 yards maybe on the carry as he made basically a play option to the tailback. And Lone Star will swap players out, and they'll put twins on either side of the set with the quarterback in the shotgun. Tailback will move to the quarterback's right. And I think Lone Star just called timeout, looks to me like. Into the first quarter, looks like. So we'll swap ends of the fields here while the teams get a little bit of water. Referees will figure out how to move this football since the field is not marked hardly at all. And your Colony Cougars lead now at the end of one, 7-0 over Lone Star. And neither offense has really put on too much of a show tonight. I guess due to field conditions, heavy ball, whatnot. Although Lone Star has had a couple of really good opportunities to get the ball down the field long, but have come up short, either throwing the ball long or the Colony Cougar defense coming up with a big play. So, Lone
Find my unmute button. There we go.
Ruh-roh.
When I was looking at stats, Lone Star's averaging, giving up 5.2 points per game. So the Colony has already exceeded their Lone Star's average. They've had some games where they've given up more, but they've had a couple of shutouts to help those stats.
So Lone Star will try to figure out how to bring this thing even here on this drive as they set 3rd and 5 from the Cougar 10, 20, let's call it 24-yard line. And the Colony Cougar defense really needs to come to the plate and hit the fastball now as Lone Star enters the field to begin this second quarter.
That's interesting. The umpire picked up the ball and dried it off for Lone Star.
Well, that's nice.
I hope he does the same for both teams.
No, come on now. That's a homer thing. So Lone Star comes up to the football. Twins on either side. Quarterback out of the shotgun. Tailback to the left of the set. And he'll drop back under pressure by the Colony Cougar defense, and he'll shuttle it off to, and it's incomplete. And we're going to get some laundry on the field. Probably either
illegal man down the field.
Yep. And we're going to have an illegal receiver downfield. Colony Cougars will decline that penalty, and it'll be 4th and 5 from the Colony Cougar 25. And that was another gift by the Lone Star team. They'll probably not.
That play just took so long to develop with the quarterback being flushed out.
Quarterback being running out to the right. Lone Star, you got to know they're going to go for this. Can't believe that they would. Nope, they're going to go try to kick a field goal maybe.
Well, they're changing crews.
So let's see what Lone Star does. Nope, they put a whole different offense in. So they're going to come in with a running set. Looks like they're going to bring Twins to the left side out of a T set, kind of a modified T with a slot back to the left. Quarterback in the shotgun. They'll put a man in motion across the set to the right. Quarterback will hand it to the tailback, and then he keeps it. Man in motion is down the field and
out of bounds.
He caught it, but he was too deep.
And the quarterback took a lick just as he got rid of the ball. And then I think had we had better lines, they would have known where they were running.
Yep.
Stay in the end zone. But he literally caught the ball as he ran out of bounds.
And so the Colony Cougars will take over on downs. They'll be 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. And the Cougars get another gift from the Lone Star offense.
With a yard loss on the turnover. Because I think we were at the 25.
Yeah, I think we were too. So the Cougars now come out of the shotgun. Twins on the right. Slot back to the right. Tailback to the right. They're going to move the slot back to the left. Lone wide out to the right, to the left of the set. They're going to hand it to Abdallah, who's going to cut back off the edge, trying to make some yardage. And Abdallah will push forward for about 3 or 4 on the play. Might have even picked up 5, but I doubt they're going to spot the ball in our favor. And sure enough, he's going to take where Abdallah was sitting with the football and step 1 yard back to the Colony Cougar offense and set the ball down. So they're going to give him a 4-yard gain on the carry. It'll be a 2nd and 6 from about the Colony 28-yard line, let's call it. Snaps away, and it's going to be handed to Abdallah again, who's going to fight for every yard. He's going to pick up about another 3 or 4 on the carry. I think he got it down to about making it 3rd and 2, let's call it. We'll see where they spot this thing. We got a Lone Star player down on the field. That's never good. Don't like to see any of these guys go down on the field. And that's going to be number. Can't tell.
Just as the trainer steps in front of his number.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have their roster anyway, do we?
No.
We wind up with it.
Call out a number just in case Grandma's listening.
Exactly.
But Lone Star's got a man down. It looks like it just got caught up in the pile and probably got stepped on or something. I doubt it's very, very serious. Looks like one of their down linemen, number 12, kind of a weird number for a down lineman. But he's holding his ribs, so I think he got stepped on in the pile. And the Colony Cougars, Abdallah will get credit for another 5-yard carry. So it'll be 3rd and 1 from the Colony Cougar 10, 20, 33-yard line, let's call it. As they line up twins to the right, slot back to the left, and they'll put Miles in motion across the set. They'll hand it to Abdallah, who easily picks up the first down to the Colony Cougar 40-yard line. They'll move the chains. That'll be a Colony Cougar first down. And the Cougars now on the move. It's the kind of offensive set we like to see from the Colony Cougars as they're moving the football now against the Lone Star defense that has kind of woke up the Colony offensive line, and they're starting to play a little bit better now and handling the front three of the Lone Star defense.
I think the misdirection helped on that.
Yeah, I think it did too. They put Miles in motion across the set and kind of screwed things up. Everybody started to shift right and left Abdallah a seam to run in. So now they'll set up, same set, twins to the right, wide out to the left. It'll be handed off to Abdallah again as he bounces around. Looks like a video game out there, and he'll pick up about another 4 on the carry, looks like. And Abdallah getting the bulk of the duties. He got the week off last week as he was kind of maybe healing up from an ankle problem from the week before, so he should be nice and healthy tonight as Abdallah's having a heck of a game running the football. And they're going to put Miles out on the field, pull Abdallah off, and we've got Gomez, Perkins, Miller, and Price on the field. Price being the tailback. Slot back to the right, and they're going to hand the ball to Price as he tries to get around the right side of the set. He bounces off one defender and makes it cross midfield, picks up the first down. It's going to be first down, Colony Cougars, 1st and 10 from the Lone Star 49. And heck of a run by Miles Price as he catches a seam on the right side, able to bounce around and pick up another 4 or 5 yards for the first down. And they'll move the chains. They're going to spot the ball right at the – nope, they spotted at the 49, so that's a good spot. They're just not putting the chains at the right spot. That's okay. They put it at the 50. We only got a 9-yard first down. So the Colony Cougars come up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to put let me see. Man, these jerseys are hard to read from here. They're going to put Perkins to the short side of the field, and they're going to line up Miller and Gonzalez to the left side with Price in the backfield. Price is going to get the carry. He gets the call, bounces off of a potential tackle in the backfield, bouncing around, fights to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think he did on the forward progress. We'll see where they spot this thing.
Well, I think we're going to have a hold.
Awesome. That's what we need. Well, at least it'll give us a down over. And let's see.
No. He signaled offsides Lone Star.
Really? Defensive encroachment? So the Colony Cougars will get a
That one, usually the flag drops right as the play starts. He actually dropped that flag as the play developed and moved toward that side, the Colony sideline, which is usually an indication of the outside man holding to get that seam for the running back.
So the Colony Cougars get a 5-yard give from the Lone Star defense on an encroachment call, and it'll be 1st and 5 from what looks to be around the 45-yard line of Lone Star. And the Colony Cougars come out, twins on the left, wide out to the right. That's Perkins to the right of the set on the short side. They'll put Miles in motion, give the ball to Abdallah up the middle of the field. Abdallah bouncing around, and I think he picked up about 2 yards on the carry maybe. Let's see. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he lost yardage.
No.
Man, it is so hard to tell up here. He had to have picked up 2 or 3.
He's at least got 1. I can't. Yeah, they moved it 2. Question is whether they spot the ball 2.
So they're going to spot it, and the yard marker didn't move over there. That's kind of weird.
It did.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it moved early, which was, again, odd.
So it's going to be 2nd and 4, so they gave Abdallah a yard on the carry. Somebody down?
And we got a Colony man down in the
not
field.
Good. And that's Abdallah that's down.
Well, when he got hit, it's almost like his knee went funny because he had a really weird reaction to the way he got hit, and they immediately let the tackler take him to the ground, and then didn't make it off the field. He got up, but I'm guessing it must have been bad enough. And there's Garnett.
And Garnett showed up. Holy cow, is that what he looks like?
I know, it's been so long we forgot.
And the madman Garnett in the house. And we'll get his ears on and he can start yakking. So that's Abdallah. Looks like he's getting off on his own power. So maybe, tape him up and stick him back out there. We get a little super glue, some baling wire, and some chewing gum, and we get Abdallah back on the field here.
Price gets around that corner, and they get pushed out of bounds.
Price picked up the first down. Yep, nope, yep. Colony Cougars pick up first down off Miles Price, run to the left of the set, and they'll bring it down to, the 32-yard line, it looks like. Nope, 37-yard line.
Yes,
37-yard line. First and 10. Cougars now on the move as they've now picked up 2 first downs in this series. Come up 2 wide out to the left, 1 to the right, slot back to the left, tail back to the left of Harrington. Harrington out of the shotgun. He'll hand it up to, it looks like Baker on the field now, as Baker ran before, almost picked up a first down. Probably had an 8 or 9 yard carry on that one. And,
6 yards.
And let's see where it's hard to tell, but they're going to give him 6 yards on the carry, 6 yards it looks like. So 2nd and 4 from the 30-yard line. Is that what I'm seeing here?
Yes.
10, 20, 25.
No, it's a 30.
Yeah, it's a 30. 30-yard line. And out of the shotgun, twins to the left, single wide out to the right. Snaps away. They're going to hand it to Baker again off the right side. He's buried at the line of scrimmage. I say that was Baker. Let me see. It's hard to tell.
You ready?
Yeah, it was Baker. So they're going to put Abdallah back on the field as he now has got enough chewing gum, baling wire, and duct tape on him to get going. And Abdallah will be back to check into the offense again. And Colony Cougars now 3rd and about 4 from the 30-yard line, give or take. And they'll put twins out to the right, wide out to the left. Slot back on the right side of the field, but not in the slot back spot. They're going to hand the ball to Abdallah, who's going to bounce around, finds a seam in the middle, and he might have picked up the first down.
Just at the sticks, it looks like.
It'd be a shame if they don't give him that first down, because that was a heck of a run. He almost went down and broke his fall.
Looked like the ref.
What?
Looked like the ref gave it to him, and then the ref signaled first down, but I think the umpire on the field says we may want to measure. Ref said, I don't have time for this. It's raining. Let's just
The referee just signaled first down. So it'll be a Colony Cougar first down as your Cougars now pick up a first down off about a 5-yard carry by Abdallah off the middle of the field as he bounced around like a video game player out there. And the Colony Cougars will come up to the line of scrimmage from what looks to be the 5, 10, 15, 20, 22-yard line. 1st and 10. They set up Abdallah to the left of the set, twins to the left, wide out to the right. Harrington will roll out to his left, throws the ball wide, and it's out of bounds, so it'll be incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the same spot as Harrington rolls out to his left and tries to hit, who was that? Was it Gonzalez out in the flat?
No, that was Miller out there.
Was it Miller?
Yeah, had him too, just threw it a little wide.
So Colony Cougars, now they're going to move the football. I'm not understanding this. They move the football to the right, what would be the right hash mark instead of the left, which is where they were before. And the Colony Cougars will put twins on the wide side, and they'll put Perkins down on the short side of the field. Harrington out of the shotgun. He'll hand it to Abdallah, who gets a seam up the middle. Abdallah's having a hard time cutting off that right knee, and just flat got tripped up in the muck.
Got him on about a shoelace. Otherwise, he'd have broke a big one there.
On the middle of the field. Had a big hole, just couldn't get cut. I'm wondering if that knee is hurting him to the point where he can't cut on it.
Yeah, and it's saturated out there in the field.
He is subbing out again.
So they're going to bring, who is 22? Is that Gonzalez?
Yeah, that's Gonzalez.
So
That's an extra receiver they're bringing in.
Gonzalez comes in for Abdallah. So
They're gonna slide Price to the backfield.
They're going to slide Price over to the tailback spot and put Trips out to the left of the set from the right hash mark. Harrington will throw it out across the side, and oh my goodness, was that
nice.
Gonzalez that caught that?
No, that was Miller.
Miller comes back across the set, catches the ball, and takes it down to about the 5-yard line, looks like. Is that the 5? It's hard to tell. No, it's
like
a 10-yard line.
10.
10-yard line. So the Colony Cougars will have, depending on where they put this thing.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be first and goal.
It's going to be first and goal from the 10 as the Cougars now moving the football against this Lone Star defense, which is good to see out there. Lone Star credited with a very good defense in this district. Harrington out of the shotgun. He'll hand the ball off to Price, who gets a hole in the middle, and Price will get a nice 5-yard bounce and take it down to the 4-yard line. It'll be second and goal from the 4 as Price takes it down, and he gets leveled by a middle linebacker off the Lone Star defense in level 2 defense play. And Price tries to do his patent spin move to the left, and boy, he just got thumped.
Yeah, he spun right back into the tackle.
Spun right to the middle linebacker who lit him up. So we're going to see how tough Price is tonight as Price now relines up to the right side of the quarterback, Harrington. They'll put Gonzalez in motion. It'll be a handoff to Price as he tries to bounce out around the left side. Shakes a tackle, comes back across the grain to the right side of the field.
Oh, he spins
it. Gets in.
He spins out and gets in the corner of the end zone. Heck of an effort by Miles Price on a broken play. Comes back across the set in a whole bunch of traffic and manages to turn the corner and get it in the front corner of the end zone. Heck of an effort by Price as he once again is a slipperier eel out there.
Oh, my goodness.
Defense grabs him and he spins off of him.
Yeah, because he was dead to rights in the grasp of Lone Star.
You know, the good news tonight is this field's starting to muddy up and it's getting on our jerseys and it makes them easier to read. They're starting to get dirty so we can start to read the jersey numbers out there, which is a good news. Colony Cougars are going to set up to what looks like a whack-a-mole play.
It looks like, and then they come back
into a PAT formation. They're going to put this.
Oh! He didn't get all of that.
Hit low by the place kicker, and it'll be no good as the Colony Cougars now come away 13-0 over the Lone Star team here in Frisco, Texas, Toyota Stadium. If you're not here, you're missing a good one as the Lone Star team and the Colony Cougars are battling it out here in Toyota Stadium on what looks to appear to be a soccer field with no football markings on it.
Just a little bit of markings. They make it very hard.
So it makes it really challenging for everybody tonight. And Colony Cougars now come out. Let's hope that they do not kick another onside kick. That was a horrible move in the first score, but at least kicked it 10 yards that time. Went 12.
Did I miss that one?
Yeah, you missed it. And the Lone Star covered it up after about 12 yards.
Oh,
so.
wow.
So we'll see what happens here. But Colony Cougars now coming out. They lead with 4:24 to go in the half, 13-0 over Lone Star. And the Cougars being able to move the football on what is proven to be this season a good Lone Star defense. So that's encouraging. And they haven't really given up. They seem to still have a little bit of fire in them. The offensive line's doing the job. So things look good. So Bien will come back out for the kickoff as he lines up. This kid's about 34 pounds soaking wet. Bien will chip one down to about the 30, and it's covered up by Lone Star at the spot of the bounce. And so they'll take over 1st and 10 from what looks like.
Looks right at the 40-yard line, it looks like.
About the 40.
Maybe the 40.
35. It's the 35.
About the 36. He's still moving. 36-yard line. So Lone Star will take over from their own 36, 1st and 10.
Yeah, but if that ball takes one crazy bounce, the Cougars have a chance to jump right on it.
Well, that's true. So the Cougars come out. Big defensive play tonight by the Colony Cougars as Lone Star comes out, trips to the left. It's going to be a delayed keeper to the quarterback as he gets leveled tries to get out around the right side, has to has to string it out down the sideline and picks up a gain of about 2 on the carry.
Yeah, it was a good pursuit there by the Cougars because it looked like he had a hole right there, and they closed it really quick.
Closed it quick and forced him to string it out down the side. So the Lone Star will come up with 2nd and 8. Snaps away. It'll be handed off to the tailback. Comes across the set, and he's stacked up by a Colony Cougar defense. Front line of the Colony Cougar defense playing excellent defense tonight. Uncharacteristically good tonight, which is good to see. They must be watching some game film and learning something. So the Cougars now will they might have given up a yard on that carry, so it's 3rd and 7 as Lone Star now struggling to pick up yardage against the Colony Cougar defense. They'll put up twins on the left, lone man out to the right in a T-set out of the traditional shotgun T-set offense. Snaps away. Quarterback drops straight back as he's looking way downfield. He's got a man open. And he just threw it. Underthrew him and out in front of him too far. Can't do it. So the Colony Cougars once again have a great defensive stand against the Lone Star offense, and they'll make them bring their punt squad out on the field with 4th and 6 to go. The Colony Cougar defense will put a couple deep men back, and man, what would be awesome is if Price could catch this thing and take it in before the half. Definitely has that opportunity and the ability to bounce around out there like a video game player and score. So Lone Star sets their punter up, and punt is away.
Watch out, look out.
Not a terrific punt, but it's going to take a Lone Star bounce down to what looks to be the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 33-yard line of the Colony Cougars. They'll first take over 1st and 10, and the Colony Cougars now come out and get another opportunity to put this thing in the end zone as they are going to regroup their offense with 3:13 to play in the half. The Colony Cougars lead the Frisco Lone Star High School 13-0 here at Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. Colony Cougars come out twins out to the right, single out to the left with, is that Abdallah back in the set?
Yes.
Abdallah back in the set with Harrington at the quarterback. Harrington will step back in the shotgun. Abdallah to his left. He's going to hand it to Abdallah around the right, and he'll get an edge, and he's trying to get it around, and, man, he's hard to bring down. He's
they ripped his helmet off.
That sucks, because now he's got to come off the field. So he'll pick up a carry of about 7 or 8.
See, I don't like that rule.
7. I don't like that rule either
because somebody rips it off.
They pulled it off of him, and now he's got to leave the field for a play.
He should be allowed to stay back on.
That's ridiculous.
He's still running gingerly. Watch him.
Yeah, no, his knee is not 100% right now. So he'll pick up a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 from about the Colony Cougar 38, 37, let's call it. I think it's the 38. So here we go. Harrington steps, hands off to the jet back, and oh man, they're going to lose about 3 yards on that one.
Yeah, they stunted to that side that the jet sweep was going to, or jet pass as they call it nowadays.
And so they're going to lose 3 on that. So it's going to be 3rd and about 6 from what looks to be the Colony Cougar 35. And the Cougars will come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll put twins out to the left. They'll put Miller out to the lone wide out to the left. Slot back to the left. And they're going to hand it.
Man.
Just brought down just short of the first down.
We're going to get a holding out here.
On the reverse. That was a nice reverse.
And the Cougars are going to pick up a hold. Awesome.
They may decline it because we didn't get the first down.
So let's see what they do. I think they're going to take it. So the Colonies are going to get a redo on 3rd down. It's going to be 3rd and about 15.
Well, that's what I was going to mention earlier is on penalties, both the line judge and the umpire in the middle is supposed to mark it off. So that way one of them can't mark off 9 yards or 11 yards.
Yeah, but here's the problem, Wes.
I understand.
You got to use your toes and your fingers to count that off, and they got shoes on. That causes a problem.
Lone Star calls a timeout.
So Lone Star calls a timeout. The Colony Cougars 3rd and about 14 from the Cougar 23-yard line, let's call it, 22-yard line. And the Colony now in a hole as they've got a big third down play coming up. And let's see what they do here. Both teams in the timeout. With 1:39 to play, the Colony Cougars lead the Frisco Lone Star team 13-0 as the Cougars now trying to move this football and pick up. They need to move the chains here and close out the first half. It would be great.
Yeah, it would be. Just not even let Lone Star get the ball back. Just run some clock out, even if they can't get in the end zone. Score would be tremendous at this point.
So as we get ready to teams come out on the field, Colony Cougars will put twins out on the left, single wide out to the right. They'll put a slot back to the right, and they'll bring Abdallah in. Did they bring Abdallah back in the game?
They sure did.
Put Abdallah back on the field at the tailback spot. Now the Colony Cougars are going to think about it.
Okay, so you call timeout. I'm going to see what kind of defense you're going to set up in, and I'm going to call timeout because I want to now change my offensive set.
So the Frisco Lone Star Rangers now, still 1:39 to go in the half. Your Colony Cougars lead the Rangers 13-0 here in Toyota Stadium, Frisco, Texas. Both teams now playing a cat and mouse game with timeouts right here with 1:39 to go. Lone Star would love to get the football back with 1:39 in the Cougar end of the football field, but the Colony team they're going to try to pull something out of their hat, pull up a 3rd and 14 long first down play here, try to move the chains and close this first half out. So be interesting to see what the Cougar coaching staff has. They've got a number of trick plays that they've been successful with this season, although with a wet football and wet turf, I'm not sure is the best time to do that, but let's see what they do. Both teams now enter the field again. Colony Cougars are getting ready to line up. They're going to put twins to the left of the field. They're going to bring looks like Perkins down to the wideouts. Nope, they're going to move all three receivers to the right side of the field, the wide side of the field. It's going to be Gonzalez, Miller, and Price to the right, and they're going to fake it to Abdallah. Harrington under pressure. Harrington gets loose, and he's going to be able to almost run for a first down.
Get there.
Oh, and he got there. Harrington picks up a first down and 5 more as he takes it to midfield, and the Colony Cougars now with a. How did the clock only move? It only at 1:29 now. That play took more than 3 seconds.
Yeah,
folks.
it did. I think.
Holy cow! Somebody wake the clock guy up upstairs.
Yeah, I think he fell asleep up there.
So Colony Cougars will pick up a big first down off of a long 3rd and 14. It was scramble off of Harrington.
That was 10 seconds off the clock. It was a minute.
Oh, 39. You're right.
29.
All right.
10.
Well, we'll give them that.
Okay.
So the Colony Cougars now come out with a big play, scramble off of Harrington, and they shorted him a yard on the mark.
Okay.
So they're going to give it to Abdallah, who comes around the right side of the field, and boy, he's just got gang mugged at about the Ranger 49, 48, let's call it. They'll probably mark it back at the 50. This ref is horrible. They marked it at the 48 of the Ranger team, and the poor referees can't see markings on the field. The poor guys on the side don't know where to put the down markers. This is a fiasco. So 3 wide out to the left. Harrington out of the shotgun. He'll have Abdallah at his tailback spot to the right side. They'll move the slot back to the left, put him at cover that tackle on the left side. Harrington takes the snap under pressure. Harrington now another keeper up the middle of the field. Harrington takes it down.
He's going to get a first down.
He's going to pick up another first down as Harrington's moving the football now. 44 seconds to go in the half. Your Colony Cougars pick up another first down. They're going to move the chains again. Harrington from under center is going to take it and spike it, stop the clock at 40 seconds in the half. And the Colony Cougars are going to figure out what in the world to do here with a Lone Star defense that they have back on their heels right now, as the Cougars now try to get a play called in from the sideline. They'll put trips out to the left right now. Harrington out of the shotgun again. Abdallah on the field now at the tailback spot. And the slot back is covering up the right tackle now, so they'll move Abdallah to the left of Harrington, and Harrington out of a very short shotgun. He's going to take it. Oh, and he drops it again as Harrington. Oh, man, that was bad. Harrington picked up the football and knelt down and downed the ball, and he got the crap knocked out of him underneath his armpit. And with 34 seconds to go, Harrington now in a bad way, probably trying to catch his breath as he got thumped, and that should have been a whistle.
That should have been a.
There was a whistle, which is why almost everybody stopped. But what I did notice was they didn't swap out that ball, so he didn't have a dry ball that play,
Oh,
and so it fell out of his hands. And when he went down to get it, he actually touched with his knee.
yeah.
Yeah, he touched with his knee,
which put the ball.
but
out
he
of
got
play. But he got hit.
he got
late.
hit afterwards,
Right,
which
and there was no
penalty.
No
call.
flag for
Yeah.
that.
no.
So on a late hit on Harrington, he's bruised up now. That's awesome. And the Colony Cougars now with third down and about what looks to be 13 are trying to close out this this half of football, not give it back to the Lone Star Rangers. And Cougars now come back on the field. It should be third down. They should be able to run this thing out.
Well, that was something I noticed earlier. Is the back judge is actually keeping the clock because there's no 40-second clock. They have a clock in the end.
They got a 25-second.
Well, they have a clock down there, but it's not working.
Oh.
And so he started keeping it. And when it gets to 10, he does a big hand signal to indicate to the team that you're within 10 seconds of a delay.
And now the clock will continue to run as Harrington's sacked for about 5 yards. He's just trying to run around and run the clock off. And there's 19 seconds. They should be able to run this one off now.
Right.
So that should close out the half.
And Frisco calls a timeout.
And Rangers are going to call a timeout and stop it with 10 seconds to play. And the Colony Cougars now are going to have to run 10 seconds out on a play here, and not give Lone Star back the football. I would punt it. Punt this thing deep.
Actually,
what you think?
I would just set up a sweep and do the same thing because just like Harrington's been able to run, that one play was 10 seconds worth. If he can do 5-6 seconds off, they get 4 seconds on the turnover.
Yeah.
And that's assuming the clock stops immediately when he goes down.
So the Colony will come out with fourth and looks like 20 from the 50-yard line. 10 seconds to go in the half, off of a Lone Star Ranger timeout.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to bring the punter out.
And they're going to bring the punter out.
Let's see if he
punt
can.
This thing. Let's see if he can punt this off the sideline and give them really bad field position. And then our defense come out and hold them for a couple of plays. Because they're going to come out throwing the football. And they've been very close to scoring some big yardage off of the man down the middle. Now out of the punt, they're going to spread it out here. Snaps away. Punt is off. It's a good punt. Colony should be able to cover this one up and give really poor field position for the Lone Star Rangers, and it's going to be downed at about the 10-yard line.
As time expired.
And time runs off the clock on a 10-second punt. So that closes out the first half of football here at Toyota Stadium as your Colony Cougars lead the Lone Star Rangers 13-0, and what has been a slippery ball game here in Toyota Stadium. Rain-soaked field with rain falling, wet footballs, everything you plan to see in a football game. So we'll take a break here. We don't really have too much of a field mic here at this facility, so we'll let you try to hear what's going on, but we'll see you after halftime. And we're back with 0 seconds to go.
None of you.
The Colony Cougars will be kicking the ball off to the Lone Star Rangers here in the second half to begin play. As your Colony Cougars lead the Lone Star Rangers 13-0, as both teams retake the field. And we'll see if we can continue to play as well as we did in the first half. The Colony Cougars managed to move the ball a few times, capitalize on a couple of Lone Star mistakes, and score twice. So your Colony Cougars up. Unfortunately, missed the second PAT and leave the door open for Lone Star. Only a two-possession game right now, so Lone Star definitely not out of this ball game, and the Colony defense has got to continue to keep the intensity of play going as they did in the first half.
Yeah, missed opportunity there at the end of the half after Mikey scrambled and got that big first down, but then a couple wet balls later, bad snap, mishandled the ball, and then Lone Star started putting on a big rush there, weren't able to score on opportunity. I thought they had a chance to score. So let's see if we made a few adjustments here at the halftime, and if we can continue to play some good defense, putting some pressure on that Lone Star quarterback.
So Bien will line up here to start this second half off. Comes up the ball. He gets a decent pooch down to about the 30-yard line, and the Lone Star Rangers will fall on it at about looks like the Ranger 25. Is that what I'm looking at? The Ranger 25 looks like?
No, that's the 30.
That's the 30.
But I think what the Colony figured out is there's a hole right in the middle of the field, so instead of pooching it to the side to a player, they're now pooching it right to the middle. In that little hole, it hits the ground, and Lone Star's just falling on the ball because it's wet.
Sissies. So the Colony Cougars come up on defense. Lone Star comes out firing in the first half here. Twins out to the right, wide out to the left. And it'll be a handoff to the tailback, set up on the left side of the quarterback. He'll pick up a gain of about 2, looks like, on the carry. Let's see where they mark this thing. It's always a mystery as to where the you got a mute button over there, big boy.
I was trying.
Garnett having a hard time with the equipment tonight. And so Lone Star now come up, put trips out on the left. They'll line up in the shotgun with the tailback to the left of the quarterback in a short shotgun. Snaps away. Quarterback will on the keeper off the left side. Looks like a left tackle hip. He'll come off the seam and pick up a carry of about 2 or 3, I'm guessing. That'll bring him up to 3rd and 5. No, 3rd and 4 looks like. As
big down here.
Big down for Lone Star. Third
yeah.
and 4 defense can get them off the field here with a big defensive play. Colony Cougars line up. There'll be twins on either side of the set, and Lone Star will come out to the shotguns formation. Tailback to the left of the quarterback. Snaps away. Quarterback will stand in the pocket as he delivers one down the left side, and he just throws it a couple of yards long on his receiver. It'll be incomplete, and now Lone Star's got to make a decision here with 4th and 4 in their end of the field, and looks like they're going to swap out for the punt crew. Colony Cougars will set a man deep and get ready for the return, and I'd be looking for a fake punt here.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, Lone Star looked like they had a step on the defender there. Quarterback threw it just long.
Lone Star sets up for the punt. Almost another high snap, and the punter gets it away as it goes down. Gets a nice Lone Star bounce, and it'll roll down to about the Colony Cougar 15, 16, 17-yard line, looks like. And the Colony Cougars will start over 1st and 10 from the Cougar 18, 17-yard line, let's call it. And
that's a big old roll.
And the Cougar offense will come out. It was a big roll. He got about a 20-yard roll.
20 yards on the roll, yeah.
So the Cougars now come out on the field. They'll split what looks like Miller to the left side, and they'll put Perkins and Price to the right with Abdallah in the backfield at the tailback spot. And Harrington in the quarterback, and they'll be using Kyle Taylor at the fullback spot in the slot. Out of the shotgun, they're going to hand it to Abdallah, who gets a crack off the right side of the set and brings it out picks up a gain of about 4 on the carry. They'll spot it down around the Cougar 22, 23-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5
Yeah, and he's hobbling there
from
because I
that
didn't
spot.
see any burst on that when that
No.
hole was really huge.
Yeah,
And when
he's having a really hard time getting off that right knee.
I appreciate the effort though.
Pretty
Man,
tender.
Really do, yeah. He's
Yeah, but
running hard.
we still got 4 games to go in this district race, so not sure that's the smartest move on the planet. So Abdallah's still in the set. Harrington now the shotgun. Abdallah set to the left, and Twins out to the to the left of the set. They'll move the slot back to the left, and the Cougars are going to call timeout.
Yeah, and that's one of those where the clock is getting away from you because the clock's not working here, and you see that ref throw his hands up, and you're not set.
So the Cougars now will take a timeout here with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Still leading the Lone Star Rangers 13-0 here at Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. And really a kind of a dismal football weather night, kind of reminiscent of something later in the season. But, last year when we had that big cold snap up in Prosper, the Cougars came up big that night too. So, it might be a good omen to play in cruddy weather for the Colony Cougars.
Yeah, they like those bad weather games.
I nearly froze to death up there in Prosper that night. That was cold, man. So the Colony Cougars now come out. They'll put Twins out on the left side of the set. Twins being Miller and Price, with Perkins to the short side. Out of the shotgun, Abdallah to the right. He'll give the ball to Abdallah, who comes out around the right side. Abdallah just cannot cut off that right leg. I don't know why they keep him in there. They need to put Baker in. He's not being able to cut off that right side and make any kind of traction.
The field is a little wet there, and Lone Star had good pursuit there.
Made a gain of about, they moved it back. Gain of 1, so it'll be 3rd and 4 from the Cougar 25-yard line or 23-yard line. Let's call it 24. Who knows? It's hard to see. 24-yard line out of the shotgun. Harrington will keep the ball, roll out to his left. He's looking downfield. He's got a man in the. He just threw it a lead Price going to the sideline a little bit too much. Hard to judge that because you can't see the out of bound marker, right?
Yeah, it's hard to tell where he's going out of bounds at.
So the Cougars will go 3 and out here, and they'll bring the punt squad out as the Cougars are going to have to turn this one over to Lone Star. Lone Star trying to get some good field position out of the punt here. Cougars need a nice bounce and roll off this punt. Let's see what they do. They're going to put a man in motion across the punt set. They're going to bring him up to the block back position. Punter's set. Snaps away. It's a good snap, and it's going to be a scrum kick down the right side of the field. We're going to get a penalty.
Yeah, our back moved.
So the Colony Cougars are going to get a false start. That'll cost them 5.
Oh, man.
Not the time when you want to get cost 5 yards.
Nope. Sure
Rangel over there trying to discuss it, going, what in the world's going on here, ref? No, it's not Rangel. That's the assistant coach. And he's not happy about that.
Yeah, you definitely don't want any bad snaps down here on this side of the field and give any chance for Lone Star. So now you're kicking at your goal line, basically.
So the Cougars now kicking off about the 5-yard line, and they line up for the punt. Snaps away, good snap, and the punt is away. It's a lone worm burner out to about midfield.
Oh, it touched. Oh, man, it looked like it touched him.
And it's going to go down to the Ranger 49-yard line, and the Rangers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 49. Looks like 48. And the Colony Cougars bring their defensive squad out on the field. Both teams stuttering a little bit in the first stanza of the second half here. With 9:10 to play, your Colony Cougars still lead the Lone Star Rangers 13-0 here at Toyota Park in Frisco, Texas. And now Lone Star enters the field, and defense is setting up for the Colony Cougars. They set up with twin wideouts to the right, trips to the right, twins to the left. Lone back is the quarterback out of the shotgun. Lone Star Rangers taking their time on this play. Snaps away. It's a good snap. He'll throw it out to the flat where it's caught and run out of bounds. Pickup of about 4, it looks like. 4 or 5. Let's see where they mark it.
No, they're going to give him a 2-yard gain on that, it looks like.
2?
Where he ran out of bounds at.
Oh, it's hard to see because that tarp is probably 5-6 yards off the sideline. So pick up of about 2 to 2nd and 8, and on the keeper, and he's bulldogged down at about the Colony Cougar 46-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 4. Big defensive stand here for the Colony Cougars now, and again, not a favorable 3rd down play for the Lone Star Rangers, as Cougars need a big stop. And the Lone Star Rangers line up with trips to the left, tailback to the left, quarterback out of the shotgun, and quarterback will make an audible, step back into the set, snaps away. He'll look to his left on the keeper, and he's going to get stood up short of the 1st down. Might have picked up a yard on the carry, but he's short. Oh, now we're going to get a flag. Great. Probably going to be a personal foul on the Colony.
Yeah, there are 2 flags that came down on that one.
Let's see what the call is.
It's got to be hands to the face.
Hard to tell here. Let's see what they're.
I don't know. It looks like he may be.
No, but it looks like he's going to mark it off against Lone Star.
Personal foul. Oh yeah, we need that one.
Oh, big penalty. Personal foul against the Lone Star Rangers. Temper's starting to flare here in the cruddy weather here at Toyota Park.
Well, let's see if that was after the play.
8:21 to go. If it's after the play, it'll bury him here.
Yeah, because where they are, you think they would go for it.
That'll cost them a down. It's got to be after the play. Come on now.
Now the referee threw his flag during the play, so that would indicate that whatever was happening was in the scrum of trying to get the quarterback downfield.
So it looks like it's still going to be
third down. 3rd and about 20. 3rd and 20 from the about 40-yard line of the Rangers. Colony Cougar defense sets up. Big gift for the defense. They didn't need one big play here and have pretty good field position coming back. So Lone Star will set up. They'll put wide out, 2 twins out to the right and wide out to the left in the T set out of the shotgun. Quarterback steps straight back up into the pocket.
We got a false start. We got a flag.
Oh, and it was picked off by the Colony Cougars. But
oh, man.
We're going to get a penalty on the play.
Yeah, it happened right before the game.
So the
or the snap.
So the Lone Star is going to get a false start, another 5 yards. That'll be 3rd and 25.
Hate that because he read that really well.
He did.
And he
step right up there and made the pick.
He may have scored because the only thing that was behind him were linemen.
So the Lone Star Rangers continue to dig, and it's 3rd and 25 from their own 30, it looks like, 35-yard line. Colony Cougar defense really needs to hold here. Snaps away. Quarterback steps back. He's looking way downfield. Oh, it's picked off again by the Colony Cougars. And nice pick by the outside linebacker, right outside linebacker of the Colony Cougars. And he comes up big with a turnover on Lone Star. And the Cougars will take over 1st and 10 from their own, what looks to be 37-yard line, maybe 38.
Wow.
And that was a key play for the Colony Cougar defense.
Yeah, as the quarterback is trying to dump the ball off to the running back, Cougars defender steps right in front. And, man, if the receiver doesn't make the tackle there, he's off to the house.
So the Cougars now come out, twins out to the left, 2 wideouts left, 1 right. Be Perkins to the right side, Miller and Miles Price to the left. And out of the shotgun with Price at the tailback spot. The Cougars come out, slot back to the right. Slot back being Taylor, I believe. Harrington will hand it off to Price, who comes out around the right side. He gets a seam, gets the break, met about at about 6-7 yard pickup, and he'll fall forward for another yard or 2. Let's see where they spot this thing. They're going to give Price a carry of about 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 3 from the Cougar, let's call it 22, or maybe 32. So the Colony Cougars now able to move the football in this potent Lone Star defense as they come up to the line of scrimmage with 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Harrington out of the shotgun will hand it to Price again, out around the right side again. He'll bounce outside Might have made a gain of about 2 on the carry. Let's see where they mark this thing. It's always a mystery. With no markings on the field, it's really hard to tell how much yardage these kids are picking up in flight. And it'll be a Colony Cougar first down as Price picks up about a 4 or 5 yard gain on the carry out around the right side, gets the seam, and is able to work his way up the field. Colony Cougars now first and 10 from the man. This is hard to see. First and 10 from the
Looks like the
24 yard line. Now Price trying to work it to the left side of the field. He's going to be dropped for a loss of about 5. And that jet sweep to the left is fooling nobody on this Lone Star defense.
Yeah, they're seeing and it's part of the way the weather is tonight. They're actually not fooling anybody with that.
Garnett, you're killing me with the weather thing. You're killing me.
Hey,
Both
man.
teams are playing in the weather, Garnett.
Hey, man, I'm just saying.
The Lone Star defense came up with a big play there.
Hey, they read it.
So the Colony Cougars now in a hole at 2nd and 14, 2nd and 15 from the 30 yard line. Cougars with Twins to the right. Harrington, lots of time to throw. He picks the man out. Perkins out to the right side. Oh, they're going to say he trapped it on the ground. And Perkins has to come back to the football. Harrington throws it a little bit low, and that'll be incomplete. And the Cougars now will have 3rd and 15 as Colony Cougars now trying to take advantage of what was a big defensive stop, and now the offense is starting to struggle a little bit. So with 3rd down and 15 to go, they've converted a couple of long 3rd downs tonight already. Let's see what they come up with. Trips to the left or to the right, single out to the right, left. It's going to be it's going to be Abdallah who gets dumped on his head with a gain of about 5, and it'll take it down to the Colony Cougar 25 yard line thereabouts.
Yes.
And that'll be almost back to the original start of this particular set. 4th and 11 from approximately the Colony 25 yard line. Colony is going to go for it here. 4th and long. They'll put 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Snaps away. Harrington will stay in the pocket, and he's trying to deliver a strike down to Miller. And it's picked off by Lone Star, and here he comes. Lone Star's got plenty of room to run, and he catches a crack, and he's off to run.
It's coming back, though. Those are blocking the crackback block.
And he's brought down at the Lone Star 18 yard line. We're going to have a penalty back a little about 4 yards this side of the line of scrimmage. Probably a block in the back or something. Let's see what happens. And
it's hard to tell when he intercepts the ball if he was out of bounds or not, because you really can't see the markings on the field.
Well, the official was standing
and the official was standing there and was like, nope, it's still live, and so he just brought the ball out of the end zone.
You can tell it's slick by the way they were kind of tap dancing around down there, trying to make cuts without falling. So the field must be pretty slick right now, and they're going to bring this one back.
Yeah, and Harrington had him one-on-one down there, just overthrew the ball there, and defender made a better adjustment than the receiver did on that side. So
the Lone Star Rangers will take over. 1st and 10 from their own, looks like 20-yard line. So what could have been disastrous for the Colony Cougars, they get a lucky break on a block in the back or a holding, and that's going to bring it back. Lone Star comes out 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right, tailback to the left of the quarterback out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it to the tailback. He tries to get it to the right side of the set and is met by a host of Colony Cougar defenders at the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a gain of 1 or 2. Let's see where they spot this thing. And the Cougar defense has really rallied tonight. I'm shocked at how well they're playing.
Oh yeah, they are laying the wood tonight.
A gain of about 1.5 yards. It'll be 2nd and let's call it 8 from the 22. Lone Star comes up, 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right, and a T-set. Snaps away. He's going to hand it to the left back. And on the keeper. And, oh, my goodness, he's met out at the edge by the defensive end and knocked back into the set where he was
lucky to get a yard out of that because defender in here had him dead to rights and kind of whiffed on it, or he get a good swim move on him.
So it's going to come up 3rd and 7 now as Lone Star struggling a little bit on offense once again. Both teams having a hard go of it here in the second half. With 3:43 to play in the third quarter, Lone Star out of the shotgun. And he'll step back in the pocket waiting, and he's got a man open, and it's caught.
Oh.
It'll be a first down at about the Lone Star 43-yard line. Let's see where they mark this thing. Nice play by the Lone Star quarterback as he found a receiver downfield on the left side of the set and hooks up with a good reception. And they're going to spot this ball. And now he
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
The Colony Cougars now are going to get a pass interference call. And, man, I just don't see that. I think they just tripped up on one another. That was ugly.
Well, good thing it's not at the spot. It's just a mark off.
And so they're going to give them a 15-yarder and a first down as the Lone Star Rangers will get a first down at the Colony Cougar 44-yard line. They come up to the line of scrimmage. Colony Cougar defense really needs to come up to play. That's the first big mistake they've made tonight. And Lone Star now with 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Full backfield, quarterback out of the shotgun. And snaps away. It's almost high again. It'll be a quarterback keeper, and he's going to get hit about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage and not much more than that. Picks up maybe a carry of about 4 down to the Colony Cougar 40-yard line. And they're going to spot this one thereabouts. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the Colony 40. Lone Star on the ball quickly. Defense a little bit discombobulated here as they set up. Lone Star still setting two wideouts to the left, 1 to the right from the left hash mark. Ball snapped away. Quarterback steps back, and he's going to let one go deep, and it's just way overthrown. There's no way that kid's getting to the football, and he's covered up by a couple of secondary defenders of the Colony Cougars, and so it'll take Lone Star to 3rd and 6 from the Colony 40-yard line. Lone Star set up now, waiting for a receiver to come back onside. Colony defense trying to figure things out, scrambling around down there. And they'll put 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. A single tailback in the backfield with the quarterback. Snap high again. Quarterback brings it down, though. He's able to get the ball away in the flat.
Oh, man.
Soft defense, misses the tackle, and the Lone Star receiver will get out of bounds down around the Colony, let's call it 22-yard line. Big first down for Lone Star. Huge missed opportunity by the Colony Cougar defense as Lone Star converts on a big play, big third down play, moves the chains, and now they're set up to get within striking distance of the Colony Cougars with a 1st and 10 from the Cougar 25-yard line or thereabouts. It's going to be handed to the quarterback. He's going to try to throws it out to the left side flat. Receiver makes the catch and falls forward for a couple of yards.
Now we got a flag on the other side. They were going to get a penalty on Lone Star here. They were mauling whoever was over there for the Cougars.
Personal foul again on Lone Star.
And that had to be after the play.
Had to have been. So Lone Star kind of coming unglued here a little bit with 2 late personal fouls. 2:19 to play in the third quarter. Your Colony Cougars still lead the Lone Star Rangers 13-0 here in Toyota Stadium, Frisco, Texas. And the Colony Cougar defense may have gotten another break here on a penalty. They're going to wave this thing off. What the heck is going on down there?
No, they're going to mark
it off,
from the
fellas.
spot. So it's going to be 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down. It's going to be a big 15-yarder, though, so that'll put them in a bit of a hole. Not huge, but a bit. So it'll be 2nd down and what looks to be about 15 from the Colony Cougar 30, 35, 34. And Lone Star comes up to the ball. They got a wide receiver down here that's clearly offsides. He moves back onsides now. I think he's really close, but Oh, there's a hole.
Oh,
Oh,
that's gonna be face mask. That's gonna be a first down.
well, they got to give it back to him, right?
Yeah.
Some home cooking there, boys.
Yeah, he didn't have to do that when he wrapped him up, had him, but was trying to dog him to the ground. So that oh man, you would have got some good field position there.
So they're going to pick up a first down, and that's going to bring Lone Star on the 15-yarder down to the Colony Cougar 15-yard line. And Lone Star now clearly within striking distance as they swap personal fouls back and forth. It's going to be handed off to the Lone Star tailback, who's going to rally up for about a gain of about 6 on the carry. 6 or 7. Looked like half the Lone Star offense carrying the football there. As
Yeah, Cougars got to tighten up here. Gave a play back.
They managed to scrum that ball up, and second and 5 now from the Colony 10. As Lone Star now threatening to score on the Colony Cougars, as the defense really needs to come up with a big play here. The Lone Star offense will have wideouts on either side of the set. Out of the shotgun, slot back to the right. They'll put a man in motion across the set, and they'll fake the handoff on the quarterback keeper, and he's going to throw it deep in the end and throws it out the end of the end zone again. Again, really hard to judge where the back of the field is on this field. Because there's a soccer field end line marked, but it's about, I'm going to guess, what is that, 2.5 yards?
Yeah, 2.5 yards
in front of the into the football field.
Yeah.
So it's really hard, really deceiving, probably for the players and the referees to figure out where the end of the field is, and and really for the quarterbacks because they can't see it from their purview. So the Lone Star now come up with 3rd down and 5. Ball snapped. It's on a quarterback keeper. He's got lots of room, and he'll run this thing in no problem as Lone Star now puts 6 on the board. Colony Cougars still out front, 13-6 with 1:02 to play in the 3rd. And Lone Star now shortens the lead up on the Cougars by 6. And now we've got a ball game, folks, for the 4th quarter as Lone Star manages to monopolize the time on the clock in the 3rd quarter. With a minute to play, they'll come out with the PAT squad and see if they can put an exclamation point on what was a very tumultuous drive down the field on the Colony Cougars, which started out not in great field position, but certainly not horrible either. And the snap is away, holds down, kick is up, looks good. And the Lone Star Rangers now trail the Colony Cougars with minute two to go in the 3rd quarter. 13-7 as your Colony Cougars now. We're going to get another shot at the Lone Star defense and really need to get that 6 points back. A little bit that's kind of appearing to hurt and hamper the Colony offense is a stiff knee on Abdallah here. It looks to be his right knee, having a difficult time cutting off of that in the traffic that he typically excels at burst speed through. Having a difficult time doing that now after the injury in the 2nd quarter. So we'll see if the Colony Cougars can come back here on the Lone Star Rangers.
Yeah, the muggy field is not helping with any of that cutting at all.
Particularly not on a tender knee.
Let's see if the Cougars can bounce back, though. You hate they had a short field and weren't able to punch it in on that interception and then ended up giving a long interception to Lone Star. So let's see if we can catch it, give our defense a break, and see if we can get back in this ball game and get our points back.
So the Colony Cougars now really need to keep the offense out on the field, let that defense get their win back, and it'd be really great if Price or Gonzalez could catch a seam here on this kickoff and put this thing deep in Lone Star territory. So Rangers will set up for the kickoff. Colony Cougars are ready for the receiving. And we'll get ready with minute 2 to go here in the 3rd quarter in Toyota Stadium, Frisco, Texas. Again, your Colony Cougars lead the Rangers 13-7. Kick is away, and it's a pooch down to about the 30. It'll be fair caught there. And that's about the 34, 33-yard line. Colony Cougars will get take over first down from their own 33. Good field position for the Colony Cougar offense. Let's see if they can press this thing down the field, Garnett, and put it in.
Yeah, and like we were just saying, you got to give your defense a break. Looked like they They kind of took some blows there on that last possession by Lone Star. Let them recover, and then at the same time, you come down here, do your work, and try to get in the end zone.
So the Cougars come out, twins up to the two wideouts to the left. They're going to put a slot back in motion and hand it off to the tailback. He's going to lose about 2 on the carry. And that was Baker on the field. No, it wasn't. They're going to swap out Taylor and bring on Gonzalez at the receiver spot. Abdallah's still on the field, having a difficult time at this point though, and he'll take off his gloves. Apparently, those are causing some ball control issues. So Abdallah now comes up on the left side of Harrington. Harrington out of the shotgun and put 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Harrington looking in the flat. Throws it, and it's caught by Gonzalez, or Miles Price.
Miles, keep running.
Miles jukes around, but he stops and still falls forward. He might have picked up the first down. It's going to be close. Going to be close. Going to be about a yard or 2 short.
Yeah, I thought he had the outside, and he tried to come back to the middle.
Yeah, he stopped, and that's when they caught him.
When they caught him.
So Miles is going to pick up about 7 on the reception. And it'll be 3rd and 3 as the Colony Cougars now are going to call timeout and think about it.
No, it's the end of the quarter.
Oh, sorry about that. End of quarter. So the Colony Cougars still lead the Lone Star Rangers 13-7, which is not the track meet I envisioned this ball game going down to. But thank heavens that Lone Star hasn't been able to hook up long as much as they would like to. And the Colony Cougars not having the big play result that they've had in the past games this season so far, and having to work a little bit tougher, inside. So let's see if the Cougars can keep this drive alive in the 3rd quarter here and put a few more points on the board against this Lone Star crew.
Well, you definitely know 4th quarter, game's not over, but you got to get some work done. And 13 definitely is probably not going to win you the ball game.
So the Cougars now come out and they're talking about it here. They're going to have third and about 3 from what looks to be their own 42-yard line. Cougars will put 3 wideouts to the left, none to the right. They'll put a slot back. Nope. No slot back. Harrington out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it to Miles Price, who gets up the middle of the field. He might have picked up the first down. I don't know if he got there or not.
Yeah, he got it about a yard, it looks like.
Looks like he's going to make it by a yard. They're going to give the Colony Cougars a first down, and the Cougars will move the chains, and they'll spot that one round about the Colony Cougar 45. And Cougars stay alive on a big 3rd down play as clock continues to run here in the 4th quarter. 11:42 to play. Colony Cougars on the move. 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Price now at the tailback spot. And Gonzalez will lose about a yard on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 11 from the Cougar 44. And Price will be the tailback. Gonzalez and Perkins will be wide out to the right with Miller to the left. Miller with a less than stellar performance tonight. And they'll put Gonzalez in motion. It'll be handed off to Price. Price gets a hole up the middle of the field. And
he busted more. He was gone.
Bust up the middle for a carry of about 10. It'll be about a yard short of the first down. Heck of a run by Miles Price off the right guard, and makes a great second effort on the ball carry. Colony Cougars find themselves now at 3rd and 1, and the Lone Star 46-yard line, 46-yard line, as Price made a great cut back to the left and got that thing up the field. Excellent second effort on Miles Price's part. Not uncharacteristic of Miles Price, I got to say. as he has been running the football like that all year.
Yeah, it looks like he was they grabbed the shoestring because he was just about to split the seam and take off.
Yeah, they missed that last tackle. It's 6 for
Yes.
sure because Price has got that, 4.2, 4.3 speed. He's hard to cut. He's hard to catch. You let him out in the open.
But this is a big down here.
Big down.
Third and inches.
3rd and 1. Colony
you
Cougars come
definitely
up.
want to.
2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left, and Baker at the tailback spot. Baker gets the call. He's going to power forward.
Oh, yeah,
he easily picks up the first.
There you go.
Easily picks up the first down to the almost gets it down to the Ranger 40, and the Colony Cougars pick up a first down.
Keep that clock turning.
Keep the clock running. 10:20 to go in the ball game, and the Colony Cougars now are able to move the chains again on the move here. First down at the Lone Star 40. And heck of a run by Baker as he makes a second and third effort to get that thing down the field.
Because it was stacked up at the line, and he was able to bounce off and find a slight hole outside and good blocking and turned up to get your first down.
So they put 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Miller to the left side of the field. Harrington out of the shotgun. Snaps away. He's going to hand it off to the tailback. Was that Price that he was handing it to? Couldn't see.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. It's just a bunch of bodies.
Nope, that was Baker. So Baker in at the tailback spot now.
He didn't go anywhere. It's
Well,
just back at the line of scrimmage.
Wasn't much of a hole for him to work with. There was just a massive humanity at the line of
it
scrimmage.
was just big bodies just hitting each other right there.
So Baker, he's a bull in a china shop, but doesn't have quite the Abdallah sense to bounce it outside when he needs to. He just kind of runs headlong into the pile. So Colony Cougars come out now, 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. They'll put the inside wide out Price on the jet sweep, and every time they've run that to the left, they've lost 5 yards. I don't know why they keep running that play.
Yeah.
As Price now comes up hurt. Not what you want to see here, and man, oh man, the Colony Cougars are dropping backs right and left now.
Well, it's the same way they tackled Abdallah earlier in the game. They grab him by the knee and push him sideways, so you wind up extending that knee the wrong direction.
So Miles Price down now with a knee problem, and this is really not good for the Colony Cougars. 2 key running backs now with tender knees with 9:06 to go in the 4th. And the Colony Cougars now looking at 3rd and 20 on a play that hasn't gone anywhere tonight on this on the jet.
Yeah, and they keep running into the short side of the field, and
but they always do that.
The end is the end there just read it perfectly and came off his block and made the tackle, and Price couldn't shake him.
I've never understood why they run that jet mess to the short side of the field. They do it every time.
Yeah, and Lone Star's been ready for it every time tonight.
Yep, it's not gone anywhere. So, Coach ripped that play out of the playbook for tonight. Let's see who they put in place of Miles. They're going to bring Nelson on.
Looks like they're bringing Nelson and Gonzalez in.
Nelson and Gonzalez into the set now. Baker and Harrington in the backfield. Miller to the left. Perkins and Gonzalez to the right. They're going to set up 2 wideouts each side of the set. They'll put Baker at the tailback spot, and Harrington still driving the ship. 8:40 to play, and now the Colony Cougars are going to get rung up for a delay of game.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing.
I don't know what they were doing either. So they're going to mark another 5 yards off on the Cougars. That'll be 3rd and 25.
I was trying to figure out why they weren't breaking the huddle.
3rd and 25 down the stretch here. Not a good position for the Cougars to be in.
And part of that is too that you don't have the play clock on the field is not working, so you're getting your signals from the ref.
Harrington rolls out to the right. He's looking down the field trying to find a man open, and he catches Perkins open.
Perkins don't go out of bounds.
Perkins will get out of bounds at the Ranger 45, and the Cougars are going to have to punt there.
Well, and that was one of those. He didn't mean to. He didn't think he was, and the only reason he stopped is he heard the whistle, the referee's whistle, because I could tell by the way the he ran or didn't run that they had stepped out, and then the referee backed it up, a yard from where he was standing. So
Right.
he obviously caught it and stepped out immediately. Whereas from our angle, it looked like he had
He
plenty of
still
room.
has some plenty of room to run. You're
Yeah.
right.
So the Cougars now forced to punt. And snap is away. It's good, and the punt is away. Nice punt. Good hang. And it's caught at the 20-yard line. And, oh, man, nice tackle. Open field tackle at about the 20, let's call it the 21. Lone Star Rangers will take over there, and it'll be first down for the Rangers at
And this is gonna be a big possession. Let's see, Cougars got their breath on defense, but we definitely need to stop as we've missed our extra points. So we don't want to give up any points here.
8:11 to go in the ball game. Colony Cougars now need to come up with a big defensive stand here against the Rangers, who now have an opportunity to go ahead of the Colony Cougars with a score and a PAT. And the Cougars now defense trying to come up with a solution for this Ranger offense. Rangers come out 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Out of the shotgun, tailback to the left, or to the right of the quarterback. And snap is away. Quarterback steps back in the pocket under pressure. He's going to and it's almost
man!
picked off by the Cougars
Wow, he was close.
as he tries to get it out to the flatback, and Cougars almost picked that one off.
Oh,
Man,
and that
it
would have
was
been
so
nice.
close.
Wow.
And again, that quarterback took a lick when he get rid of the ball.
He
Oh,
did.
yeah.
He
This
got
one
punished.
Took a while to get up.
So the Cougars now laying the wood to the quarterback, and he's starting to feel a little bit of pressure from the Colony front four, and the Cougar secondary picking up the slack as out of the shotgun now. Quarterback
Oh.
keeper off to the right. He ducks a tackle, and I think he's still got a. I don't know if he got it back to the line of scrimmage or not, fellas.
Well, the Cougars defender hit the running back. The running back is slow to get up, and the quarterback had the ball, and he's slow to get up.
So the Colony laying the wood to the Rangers now as they bring it back to the original start of the series, 3rd and 10 from their own
And let's see if we
23-yard
can get him
line.
off the
Big third down play by the
field
Colony
here.
defense here. As the snap is away, quarterback steps up in the pocket. He's going to deliver a strike to.
Oh, he's going to be.
and he's going to be
right
He's going
on
to be
the.
right on it. They're going to give him the first down.
I think he's
guarantee
gonna.
you.
I think he's gonna move and give it to him.
He's going to give the home cooking here.
Yeah, I think he's gonna give it to him.
Yep, they're going to give him the first down. So the Rangers will move the chains. Colony Cougar defense got to come up with a big one here, fellas, and stop the Ranger offense.
Yeah, we were playing a little bit soft on that coverage there. I'd like to see a little bit tighter coverage there.
So the Colony Cougars missed a great opportunity on a 3rd and long conversion by the Rangers, and they move the chains, and the Cougars now from about the 36-yard line. No, 33-yard line. Snaps is away. It's going to be an option play.
Oh man,
He's going to go long down the.
Oh wow, he missed a man down the middle of the field.
He sure did. He threw to the double-covered receiver on the right side, missed a wide-open man across the middle.
But
And,
they may come back to that play again, so look out for that one.
So that was a lucky.
I think when he started rolling, he missed the man as the man was coming free down the middle.
So missed the look down the middle of the field, and Colony Cougars
Cougars dodged one there.
dodged a big one there as they had a man wide open across the middle of the field and just picked the wrong guy to throw it to. Rangers come out 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right, covering the tackle on the left side. Quarterback steps back in the pocket again under pressure. He delivers a strikeout to the left side. And Cougars are still soft on the coverage, and they're going to bulldog him down about the Colony Cougar 49.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I do not understand that either. So they're going to move the chains. Big conversion by the Lone Star Rangers as they're on the move now against the Colony defense. And Cougars really need to step up and make a stop here. And Rangers now back 3 wideouts to the right. He's going to look across the middle, and it's caught on the run, and he's bulldogged down, and man, heck of a catch by the receiver across the middle, just flat out ran the Colony defender. And it's going to be a first down, big first down conversion by the Rangers as they'll move the chains, and it'll be down about the Colony Cougar 25, I guess.
Well, the Rangers found out they couldn't run the ball, so they're going to the pass, and Cougars defenders need to do a better job.
So Lone Star now on the move here, threatening to take another 6 away from the Colony Cougars. And snap is away. Not much pressure on the quarterback. Got lots of time. He throws one out to the flat, and it's overthrown. So it'll come up 2nd and 10. And the Cougar defense needs to keep the pressure on that receiver core.
Yeah, and you know the Lone Star is probably in 4-down territory, so
and it's 2nd and
being
10
on the plus side of the field now
from the Colony 28. And Lone Star sets up 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Tailback to the right of the quarterback. They'll shift him to the left now. Quarterback out of the shotgun as the defense sets up. It's going to be play action. Quarterback keeper around the left side. He's got lots of room to run. He may take it in himself. He's tackled down about the 10-yard line of the or 5-yard line of the Colony Cougars. They're going to move the down marker. It'll be 1st and 10, 1st and goal.
No, it looks like he's right outside of the 10.
12.
Oh, he's right outside the 10. So
yeah.
it's going to take it down to about the 12. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Colony Rangers now threatening to score here as the Cougar defense trying to come up with a solution for this offense. It's now on a roll for the Rangers. And the Rangers will put they're going to call timeout. And Rangers will call timeout. They'll try to regroup here with 5:37 to go in the ball game. And Lone Star threatening to score on the Colony Cougars. Your Cougars lead 13-7, but it's not looking good. The defense needs to come up with a big stop here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. The soft coverage is killing us, and the Rangers receivers are just pushing you down the field, and then they're turning around, stopping, and they're and you're 10 yards behind them, and you're giving up those easy yards. You got to tighten up that coverage. Can't be 10 yards off and still backpedaling and letting those receivers come back on a comeback route.
So the Lone Star Rangers now 1st and 10 from the Cougar 12. And everything tightens up here with this short yardage game, right?
Yeah, and somebody's got to account for their quarterback now because he's shown to be a threat to run the ball.
And it looks like they've kind of let the gas off the gas on the pressure on him for the last few plays, and he's taking advantage of that. So the Rangers now come out and line up on the ball. Defense is set out of the shotgun. They'll line up wideouts on either side of the set. They'll put the right wideout in motion, and they'll fake the handoff to him. Quarterback in the grasp. He's going to throw that one out of bounds.
That's got to be I guess he threw it enough forward with that. They're going to let it go. That should have been intentional grounding.
He didn't throw it past the line of scrimmage. It went out of bounds before it got there.
Yeah, I think they gave him enough that he was – because he was certainly in the pocket.
That should have been an intentional grounding there. That's awful. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10 from the Colony 12 as the Colony brings a load of pressure to the quarterback and
need to keep it up 3 more downs.
Need to keep that up for 3 more downs and make them kick the field goal here. As Lone Star now comes in, 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to fake it to the tailback, throw it to the man coming back to the quarterback in the flat, and it's incomplete. It's thrown low. And now it'll be 3rd down and 10 from the 12 as the short yardage field tends to start making everything get a little bit tentative. Pressure's a little bit easier to keep. Receivers don't have time to work.
Right.
Everything gets sped up and makes it tough on everybody. So the Lone Star Rangers now 3rd and 10, big down for the Colony Cougar defense.
Yeah, let's watch this because this is a play where the quarterback generally has kept the ball in this situation.
2 wideouts to the right, and sure enough, he keeps it again.
Yep.
Oh, and he doesn't make it to the 1st down. He brings it down to about the Cougar 5.
So what do you do, 4th down?
Well, I think I don't, man, if you're the Ranger coach, what do you do? I go for it. I quarterback keep this thing and run it in.
Yep, this is his territory.
Colony Cougar defense, they got a nickel up here. Got 1 wide out to the right, 2 to the left. with a slot back and a quarterback tailback look, and the Colony Cougar defense going to call timeout.
I think they had too many men on the field
as the Colony's gonna think about it here.
He throws his flag down over there,
and the Colony Cougars now gonna try to figure this one out. It's 4th and
somebody didn't come off the field because the
side
ref threw his flag, and as coach is running down to call timeout.
4th and 4.
Yeah, it's heads up by coaches in the booth there, catching that really quick.
4th and 4 from the Colony 6, and this game just got real with 4:49 to go. Colony leads 13-7. That missed field goal may come back to bite them in the shorts, as the Cougar defense now going to try to nickel up on this offense of the Rangers, and they come out with a big 4th down play. The Colony Cougars either hold them here or they give up 6. I'm thinking. So
let's get a big stop here, Cougars.
So they got 2 wide outs either side of the ball, either side of the set, out of the shotgun. Tailback to the left. They're going to put a man in motion back across to the right side of the set.
This is quarterback.
He'll be in the slot. The quarterback keeper to the left side, and there is nobody there. I don't know what.
They're going to call. They're going to get a penalty on Frisco. Yeah, he crack blocked there big time.
So Frisco may have just given the Colony another gift.
But our end did not read the play at all.
At all. There was the whole defense was going left and left the whole left side of the field open for the quarterback to just trot in. He didn't even have to run.
Yeah, N has got to contain that quarterback.
Oh, my goodness. That was awful. And let's see what the call is here.
So it's not gonna be a first down. So it's gonna be 4th down again. But now where's it gonna be 4th down from? It's gonna be 4th and 9.
4th and 9 from the Colony 12.
Looks like Frisco's coach is very upset about that because he had a sure walk-in touchdown.
Well, last week when the coach on the other side started complaining about a call, they picked
up
the flag.
Yep, they sure did.
Let's see if they pick it up again tonight. Oh, my goodness.
And the other thing I noticed was when Rangel came out and wanted to have a conversation, the referee came off the field.
Yeah.
This is when they actually come on and have the conversation.
So now what?
He may have wanted his first down, but it's not going to be first down. It's going to be 4th down, and it's going to be a play. 4th
down, and they're going to have to make it happen now. It's not a gimme. They need to watch that quarterback. That end's got to pay attention here. You got to stay at home. We preach that in Little League football, and man, that defensive end on the Colony Cougars was not at home on that play. So they're gonna come out with 2 wide outs to the left, the short side of the field, 1 to the right. They're gonna set up in the backfield with a T formation out of the shotgun. Quarterback gets the snap. Good snap. He sets back. A little bit of pressure. He's gonna scramble now, and he's gonna let the ball go.
Oh,
it's picked up by the Colony Cougars.
Run!
Oh,
why was he not running?
And he brings it out to about the what is that? The 20-25 yard line of the Rangers.
Oh,
and the Colony defense with a lot of pressure on the quarterback. He has to roll to his right. He coughs up the interception as the Colony Cougars then advance the football off the interception, and they're going to take over 1st and 10. A big stop by the Colony Cougars. With 4:34, they just got to move the chains a couple of times here, fellas.
Oh,
and this one's in the books, but that's a lot. That's a big.
Who was that?
That's a lot to count on at this stage of the game, since the Colony Cougar offense has stuttered horribly here in the second half, with a couple of key backs hurt. Price is back on the field. He'll line up at the tailback spot. Just do not do that stinking jet sweep mess. They're going to line up into Wildcat with a wide out to the right. Miles Price at the tailback spot. They're going to hand it to Miles. He's going to go to the right side. Miles has got to get up the field here. The Colony Cougars have got to get a first down.
He's trying to string it out, and he's not seeing that cutback lane. He's got to cut that back. And we definitely don't want to lose any yards. We want to go positive all the way.
So they just lost 2 on the Wildcat.
And the clock is rolling, but Lone Star with 2 timeouts, and definitely if you can pick up a first down or 2 here, this game, you can put this game away.
So the Colony Cougars need to move the chains. 2nd and 12 from their own looks to be 20-yard line, give or take. Two wideouts to the left. They'll put the short wideout in motion.
Oh man!
And Price brings it up to about the original line of scrimmage. Pickup of about 2, I'm thinking, maybe 3. Pickup of 2. He gets back what he lost. It'll be 3rd and 10. The Colony Cougars have got to move this football, fellas. This is not good. And
you can't go negative yards, and that's what's killing us.
That front line has got to suck it up with the Colony Cougars and win the battle in the trench right here. This is not the time to give it up. Harrington out of the shotgun, 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Miles Price in the backfield, put the jet back in motion. Price trying to get up the field, but just is having a difficult time. He's got a knee problem too. Having a difficult time to spin and cut off of that bum right knee. Now the Colony Cougars are going to have to punt this thing away. 2:57 to play. Colony Cougar defense going to have to win this thing tonight for the Cougars, as they're going to get another opportunity to hold this Ranger offense. They need a big punt out of this punter and not returned. He needs to quit punting it up the middle of the field and get it to the sideline so that they don't get a return on this thing, because this is a bad part of the field to get a return. And the snap is away. Punt is up. It's good. Going to get a Cougar bounce. Field clean. And, come on, Cougars. And he's tackled at about the 35-yard line of the Rangers. So the Rangers will take over 1st and 10 with 2:27 to go in the game from their own 35-yard line. Cougar defense got to come up big here, fellas, to come away with a win tonight.
Yeah, you're going to have to, and they're in 4-down territory because there's only 2:20. Where's he putting the ball at?
Good night. He gave him
where he caught the ball is where they're marking it, even though he intentionally ran backwards, and so the back judge actually started to mark it back, and then they moved it back up to where he caught the ball.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Oh my, he was running.
I know. He intentionally ran backwards and lost that yardage.
So the Cougars defense got to come up big. 3 wide out to the right, 1 way out to the left. From the right hash mark, it's going to be a keeper again. And the quarterback runs it up about 5, gets about 5 or 6 on the carry. And the Colony defense has got to contend. They've got to put pressure on this kid in the middle of the field. 2:16 and clock running, as the Lone Star Rangers will go into a hurry up a bit. They'll spread them out across the left side. 3 wide outs to the left, wide side of the field, 1 to the right.
Now watch this pick play by the receiver.
Out of the quarterback, he'll take it, step back into the pocket. He's going to look downfield, and the ball's thrown. It's there. Caught, and Lone Star is going to put 6 on the board, and there you go. Wow. Colony Cougars give up 6 on a big play down the left side of the field, and they tie this thing up with 1:52 to play. And the Colony Cougar defense, when they needed them most, let that thing go. And boy, howdy. Key play for the Lone Star Rangers, as now they get the opportunity to put 7 on the board and go up by 1 on the Colony Cougars. This is a big ball game for both teams tonight, folks. And the Rangers just pulled off a great play down the left side of the field. Colony Cougar defense now just gets to watch and see what happens here. And the PAT is up and good, as and
that's the difference right there.
Lone Star Rangers go up by 1, 14-13 on the Colony Cougars with 1:52 to go in the ball game. The Colony Cougars have got to come out and pull a miracle out, because they haven't been able to move the football in the second half with 2 of their key running backs down with some tender joints. And things are not looking good for you Colony Cougars right now, folks.
No, and you've been in. Then that's a shame, because you've been in control of this whole ball game, and to give it up just on a play like that, it almost would have for the defender if he would have just passed interference and knocked him out and knocked him down. That way, you only give up the 15 yards instead of.
He actually reached out for his foot and he missed.
Yeah.
You could see him diving. It was like, I think he had the same thought, Garnett. I think he had the same thought.
Yeah. So wow, big turnaround right here, and that hurts. It goes back to when you had the ball at their 25-yard line and you couldn't put it in the end zone. You messed around and you went backwards. Now you're instead of being up by a 7 where you were on the plus side of the field, you turn around and now you're tied there because you haven't been able to put points on the board.
Yep. So the Cougars now, it comes down to a missed PAT. is the difference in this one, and the Cougars now under pressure have got a minute 52 to make something happen here. Kick is deep, and they're going to make the Cougars do something. Oh, my goodness. They're going to pick it up at about the 5, and they're going to try to run this one out. And
wow.
They're covered up at about the Colony 10. So it'll be Colony first down from their own 10-yard line. And Colony Cougars have got a big task at hand with a minute 40 to play in the ball game, trailing the Lone Star Rangers 14-13 as the Rangers come up big on a left side strike down the field. Late in the ball game to go ahead of the Cougars 14-13 here at Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. Your Colony Cougars now back against the wall, deep in their own territory with a minute 40 to play. Let's see what happens. 2 key backs out of the ball game. Not sure how this is going to play for the Colony Cougars. They bring Abdallah back on the field. They've got Price on the field. They've got the starting lineup on the field. Harrington will step back. He's going to look down the field, and he lets one go, and it's caught by Gonzalez. He'll be a pickup of about 5, 6. 2nd and 4, minute and 26, clock running, and the Colony Cougars need to make it happen. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Harrington out of the shotgun, snaps away. He'll roll to his right, looking downfield, catches the flat man who catches it, and it's immediately downed as he catches it kneeling. They're going to move the chains with a minute 13 to play, and the Colony Cougars pick up a first down, able to move the ball in with short amount of time. Cougars line back up, 3 wide out to the right. They're going to move the short back out to the left, put 3 wide outs to the left, wide side of the field. Harrington lone back in the backfield. Snap is away. Harrington stands in the pocket, delivers a strike across the middle of the field. And who is that? Is that that's Abdallah. Man. Abdallah is just a step away from breaking it loose. 57 seconds to go. Takes it down to their own 49-yard line. Big first down for Abdallah as he catches one across the middle.
That one. He missed. They make that tackle.
Cougars are on the move now, and line back up, 2 wide outs to the right, 3 to the left. Harrington lone back in the backfield under pressure, stands in the pocket, throws it out of bounds with 45 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd and 10 from about the 49.5-yard line of the Colony Cougars, as the Cougars now trying to make something happen late in this ball game.
Yeah, and you only have 1 timeout.
They need to get it down. This new field goal kicker we got probably needs about a 35. Got to get it down to get to about a 35-yarder for him.
Yeah.
And so the Cougars have got to put a couple of long plays here together. Harrington out of the shotgun. He'll roll out to his left.
You got a hold in by the receiver here.
Oh, and he's going to throw it out to the flat.
I mean, that was a big-time hold.
Receiver gets out of bounds, and let's see what the call is here.
That's got to be on Lone Star. I mean, he was holding the receiver come off the line of scrimmage.
Laundry on the field. See what the call is. And looked like a defensive hold, but let's see what happens here. They don't usually call that in high school.
Oh,
they're going to call holding on the Colony. Wow.
Really?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was a coach call. He was actually selling that to that referee.
Because I mean, whoever was guarding the receiver here, I mean, had the jersey as he was going across the line.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but that coach was chirping and pointing, and he wound up throwing that flag at that right there.
So the Lone Star coach does a great job of selling the referee on a call, and the Colony Cougars are going to get a 10-yarder here. And it'll make it 2nd and 20 from the Colony Cougar 40, as the Cougars now need a big play with 38 seconds to play to get their field goal kicker within range. Harrington out of the shotgun, lines up. He steps back, going to try to deliver a strike to the right side of the field. He does.
No,
but
get out of bounds.
He is covered up, can't get out of bounds. 31 seconds, clock running. And your Colony Cougars are up against it now with lose another couple of yards, and that's going to be Price down again.
That's Price is down, and you got Abdallah down.
And Abdallah's down. Wow.
Yeah, and Price trying to make a play, and you can't fault him for that one. Should have got out of bounds. He turned it inside, and that cost him their last time out there.
So Abdallah gingerly walking off the field. Looks like his left knee is banged up. I think that Price's right knee is banged up on him. And you hate to see that happen here in high school sports. The only good news is Miles has got another. He's a junior this year. Abdallah, a senior?
No, they're juniors.
So both of them are junior. Whole backfield's juniors. So
yeah, but you hate this because this is a district race right here.
I get it.
This is a you're going for 1 or 2 in district play right here. This is a big ball game.
So Harrington out of the shotgun. He's going to put a man in motion across to the right side. Harrington steps back. He's under pressure. Rolls up in the pocket. Harrington under a lot of pressure. He's got to get out of bounds. Trying to find the sideline, and he does. With 20 seconds to play, Harrington able to stop the clock from running out of bounds. Runs out of bounds on the wide side of the field. That's kind of an interesting choice. And
it's 4th down.
Took him forever to get there. 4th down and long with 20 seconds to play. Colony Cougars now have got to pull a miracle out of the hat. Got to move the chains here to have an opportunity to put a field goal up on the board. As Harrington now steps back in the shotgun. He'll put 2 wideouts either side of the ball with a tailback to his left. Shotgun snaps good. Harrington steps up in the pocket. He's going to deliver one across the middle of the field. It's caught.
Oh!
It's lateral back on a flea flicker. And he's off to the races. And oh my goodness, the Colony Cougars are going to score with 9 seconds to play. And there is no laundry on the field. And holy cow, the Colony Cougars pull a miracle out of the hat with 9 seconds to go.
And he had to bring the ball back in. I thought he dropped the ball.
Oh my gosh, he got hit
to
coughed
gather
it up.
it.
And that's the second time this year they've pulled that play.
Oh, no, they did not.
Oh, my goodness. Shocked everybody in this stadium. Unbelievable. With 8 seconds to go, the Cougars pull a miracle 6 points out of their backside, with leading now the Rangers 19-14 as the PAT squad comes onto the field. And, man, that was crazy.
Are you kidding me?
Absolutely crazy. Gutsy call calling by the coaches staff of the Colony Cougars.
That's your basketball player Miller
Oh,
catching the ball
goodness.
and able to be under control to pitch the ball back as Price is coming around uncovered and just
What are they calling
run
now?
into the end zone. Wow.
Delay a game?
Yeah.
So the Cougars are going to get rung up for a delay of game here with 8 seconds to go.
They had 2 guys that ran off the field. They were celebrating. They should have been on the field.
Yeah.
So they didn't have enough men, and so the coach finally just called them off and said, "Let's take the penalty," because now
the PAT comes off and comes onto the field.
Now let's be careful here because there's still 8 seconds left in the ball game.
What's that?
Yeah, that was Price.
Yeah.
Miller to Price.
Miller to Price. So the Cougars now come on. We're going to go for
And I think Price is
here.
hurt. Or is he tying his shoes down here?
I don't know what he's doing. So the Cougars are going to line up like they're going to go for 2. They're going to back them up.
Oh, they're going to back him up.
And
wow.
Cougars will go for 2. So if they do make it and somehow Lone Star is able to put 6 more on the board, they'll have to go for a tie. Oh, and the Colony Cougars pull 2 out of the hat, and that'll make it 21-14, put more pressure on the Rangers. With 8 seconds to play, this ball game just got turned on its head, folks, as the Colony Cougars pull a miracle out of the hat.
Are you kidding
my
me?
goodness. And you know what? Nobody is catching Miles Price at 4.240. No way anybody's catching him in open field. It's just not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen.
Even on a bum knee,
okay,
ain't
but
catching
now,
Miles Price
let's
down
go
the field.
back now. They can do the same thing to us. Let's see if we can. What do you do?
What do you do?
I kick it deep.
I kick it deep
I
too,
kick
man.
it deep, and then
and you tell every kid that you off this football team, you get out of your lane.
Yeah, exactly.
You stay your lane, boy, or I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah, but if the footing on where they've been placing the ball is rough, which could be why they're kicking it like that.
Are you kidding me?
Then you intentionally kick it out of bounds, but you kick it out of bounds deep.
Yeah, you
so
kick
that
it.
way
Yeah.
it's at 25, and it doesn't give you any run back.
Yeah,
See if you can get a roll out of bounds at about the 15, and take the penalty.
Because now you're getting ready to see the California play where there's going to be all kind of pitches.
Oh, there's going to be nonsense going on now. This is going to be nuts here. So the Colony Cougars now ready to kick off, leading the Lone Star Rangers with 8 seconds to play, 21-14. This ball game got turned around on a dime by a crazy lateral from Miller to Price. And now the kick is away. They're going to onside it. That's a goofy choice. And the Lone Star team will fall on it. That'll take a second off the clock. So 7 seconds, Lone Star will take over 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line.
Now you just put everybody deep and you make your tackles.
And the Colony defense just needs to play prevent down the line and put a lot of pressure on the quarterback and see if they can't make something run some time off the clock.
But you hate that you have to show that play. Because that could help you later on.
But that's the second time they've run that play this year.
But, hey, you know what? This is for first place in district, and you need that play.
So the Colony Cougars now, they're going to put a prevent out there. They're going to scatter guys all over the field here. And the Rangers are going to step. Quarterback throws it long, deep down the field. It's going to be a jump ball, and it falls incomplete
with one
second to go.
Okay, guys.
And the Rangers are going to get one more shot at this thing. You know, darn good and well, they're going to flood the zone again.
Yeah, and let's not get any penalties.
And it's just going to be basketball time. I put Miller back out there and let that big, tall boy go after it.
No penalties.
And the Colony Cougars are going to play. They're going to play pop fly here as the Rangers now, with 1 second to go. You cannot let that quarterback get loose. You cannot let him get loose. Defensive ends have got to contain here. Out to the flat. Here we go. And the Rangers are on the move. He's stepping around. This looks like a video game. And he's going to get squashed at the 50-yard line.
He didn't want to pitch the ball.
And the Colony Cougars come up with a miracle win against the Lone Star Rangers, 21-14, here in Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. What a crazy ball game as your Colony Cougars come away with a win against the Lone Star Rangers of Frisco. On the road, the Cougars come up big on a crazy hook across the middle to Miller, who turns around and flips it to Price, going the opposite direction, and Price with his 4.240 speed is gone to the house. Nobody is catching that young man down the left side of the field.
That was good timing. Because the way Price was coming, they were both on opposite sides of the field, and the way Price was coming, Miller catches the ball out of the air, doesn't even land, catches it out of the air, and flips it back to Price coming across. And
absolutely crazy.
And as the defenders are going with Miller, there's nobody there, and Price just outruns everybody to the end zone.
And it looks bleak with 10 seconds to go.
Wow.
What a crazy ball game. So you just got probably one of the craziest scenarios in Texas football ever. The Colony Cougars with a goofy planned lateral play.
Oh, it was planned.
Across the middle of the field, and they pull one out of the hat. Oh, my goodness. So your Colony Cougars now improve on district, 3-0 in district, 5-1 on the season, and come away with a big win against the Lone Star Rangers in Frisco, Texas at the Toyota Stadium. If you weren't here to see this ball game, you missed a barn burner tonight against two great teams in district play. So shame on you. You're 15 minutes away from the house, and you didn't show up. I know it's raining, and it might be a little chilly, but you got to be a diehard Cougar fan. We'll see you next week at home, and game time 7 o'clock, pregame 6:30. Hope to see you there. Thanks for listening to TCHS Radio. I'm Jeff Green with Garnett Powell. We've got Wes Bledsoe on the board and also announcing with us in the booth, J.R. Anguiano on camera, and Clark Booty as our fill-in cameraman tonight. And we're going to sign out here and don't have a field mic, so I'm not sure we're going to catch much of the post-game stuff.
Do you have that one on your thing?
The song?
That song?
Yeah.
Can we just play it?
Yeah. So we'll sign out here with the Colony Cougar song, and we'll see you next week.